And good evening, everybody. I'm very, very glad you could join us on this beautiful evening here in London, and of course the beautiful mornings over in the pond as well. I'm hoping it's a beautiful sunrise. Is it a beautiful sunrise today?
Probably no. It's rainy, cloudy Vancouver.
All right, well, I'll set it up nice. Well, some people like the rain, so it's a beautiful rainy morning over in Vancouver. But I hope everybody, wherever you are in the world today, are enjoying whatever vista you're seeing outside of your windows. But welcome for another episode of the Arcane Ward, Chapter 3. As we continue to follow the adventures of the Firelights, as they try to smuggle out a very special child, Chuna, out of the Empire to safety from the Mundanith Empire. So this will be the third part that we've been done. So they've done sort of 2 episodes where we've kind of managed to get out of the city of Danith, which was quite an exciting one, actually, I think, from everybody's sort of reactions. I think trying to run through a city and not get shot, captured, or killed, maimed, or tortured is a pretty bonus, really. Where we had sort of moments where we tried to get to the gate. The gate was, of course, locked. We tried to do some charm persons. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. And tried, I think, the largest of the characters, wonderful illustrious, was there trying to winch the whole thing open. With the rest of our short party, as you can see, we have halfling, gnome, and then furbolg. But they managed to, unfortunately, the only way to get out was for the priest to sacrifice themselves, one of the speakers, to allow you to escape with the child Chuna. This is not a particularly nice world. I will just put a warning out now before we continue. There are images of genocide, infanticide, and of course all things nasty and dark. So if we're just saying that now, that doesn't mean that we'll ignore you on the chat. If something is too much for you guys, I'd like you to, so you could either place yourself write X card and I will move forward, but our players also work with an X card rule as well. We respect that rule. So if you don't like what's going on, please do tell us and we'll move on from there. We as a group, we like to kind of take things slow. This was originally supposed to be a 1-shot that moved to a 3-shot that now moved to whenever it gets finished shot. So we enjoy the slowness. We enjoy taking our time with this story. So I hope that you can enjoy our follow-on. Talking about sort of follow-on, if you are in the background and you'd like to follow us, we do love a follow. Do press that button. Make sure you can see what else we're doing here on Subtouch DM. And I want to say a particularly wonderful shout out to 2 people, really. One being the wonderful Stuart. Thank you for all those gifts just now, keeping us on the hype train. I really appreciate that. But also to Mary, you absolute legend. Thank you very, very much for getting us through level 3 and into level 4. I think we got into level 4. Did we make it to level 4? We did make it to level 4.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, great. So I think there's some dog emojis we can now play with, which is always fun. Let's have a look.
Amazing, really.
There we go. Doggies, right? Yeah, we got some doggies. Okay, so please, woof your way through, and let's get these emojis out. So, in case this is the first time you've joined us, we're going to just go through and introduce all the characters again, and then we'll go over a little recap from last week before we jump into the rest of the episode. All right, so I think we'll start with Stuart, actually. So Stu, so let's introduce yourself, and of course Loretta as well.
Hello, my name's Stuart, as mentioned. I am a D&D player, D&D writer, but mostly player. And today I am playing Loretta Albright, a ballsy halfling fighter who really does not like the establishment that we are put up against, particularly after having been on the receiving end of quite a lot of horrible attacks as we try to make our way out of Danith. And currently she finds herself in a forest with a bunch of people that she's never met before and is a little bit perturbed by it all. Yeah.
Lovely. And at the moment we're all level 5 at the moment. which is always the great level 5 tip. So you're on that one at the moment, which is going to be great to continue seeing that. Okay, we'll jump from one short to the other short. So let's have it over to our other halfling, Melissa. You'd like to introduce yourself, and of course Clove as well.
Sure, I'm Melissa, and I play Clove T-Willow. She's a little halfling Circle of the Land druid from the coast. So she's just kind of a humble fisherwoman who's been very caught up. She's never been to the big city. She doesn't really know what she's doing here, but she's become really invested in making sure this child gets out. And so she's trying to put on a brave face and do her best.
Lovely. Okay, and then we'll pop over to the tall contingency, and then we'll pop back over to the short contingency. So, Dan, would you like to introduce yourself? And of course, Illustrious as well.
Yeah, so my name's Dan. You'll normally find me on our flagship show on Waterdeep Morats playing pups. So I decided to go from tiny goblin to giant furbolg, masquerading as one of the seers of the town, but actually working for the Firelights. And as we discovered last time, is a really big fan of a nice comfy chair.
Of course, we'll get to that in a little bit later on. Of course, seers, not speakers. Thank you, Dan, for reminding me. Those who are new to the channel know that, or those who are always watching this channel, know that I don't take notes, and I rely on all of my players' knowledge instead.
I'm going to stop you there, Joe, because I do take notes, and my note says speaker.
Well, it's canon now, so it's seer.
Yeah.
All right. So,
All right.
we
Seer,
do shout,
speaker, hearer, all of them.
We do shout that a lot on this channel. If something new comes up, we shout canon, and that is it from now on. Lovely. Well, we'll pop over back over to the short contingency, and Rowan, I'd like to introduce Nora and yourself, please.
Yes, I'm Rowan. As just said, I play Nora with silent G. That's important. She's a gnome. She is a thief. Rogue who was raised in the city despite being from forest gnome stock, and now being back in the forest is finding herself really uncomfortable and kind of at a loss. Obviously being raised under this horrible regime, she's not been around a huge amount of magic, and doesn't have great associations with any of it, I think, and has struggled in the Fey space a little bit. But survived, nonetheless.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, there are Firelights that are going through at the moment. An ancient and old order that are there to protect those that have the arcane gift. So I'll quickly do a little bit of a recap of the setting. It's a homebrew setting that we're messing around in, which is the Mundanith Empire, which was settled 200 years ago after the last tyrannical ruler, King Polaar, was sort of stopped in their tracks by General Tukle and the great Dani the Mage. After that time, Tukle had then began to move to blame the magic users for all of the troubles from the past, and essentially had them all executed, rounded up, or disappeared. So the last sort of guards, the personal guards of Dani the Mage, known as the Firelights, went out of their way to ensure that these people that do have the gift could be hidden or could be kept in secret or protected inside this horrible regime. The regime themselves have also created a almost secret police called the Black Bottle that go out to find those that touch with the gift, also known as Enchanters, and make sure that they're rounded up and executed. So the Firelights is a very old organisation. Very much splinters, and we see that we have a splinter group, which is not usual for a group to be placed together. Usually you are kept separate for your own safety, but here it was deemed to be too important to be able to get this child of immense power out of the empire itself. So last time you were kind of forced into the forest via fire by a druid and a priest, the war priest. You are. Yeah, notes and stuff. There we go. So it was... Oh no, they've disappeared from my list. I've got to keep moving and keep talking as if I know what I'm doing. La 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 la. La 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 la. The
We
cannon.
defeated them. What?
Yeah. All gone. Don't have to worry about them anymore.
Speaker Kane, the war priest, and Grim, the druid, and essentially they started a fire outside of the Broken Wilds, just outside of Hazelfield, to kind of force you into the wilds. The wilds are not particularly seen, or all of the woods, in fact, are incredibly dangerous places to go, very corrupted, and which you actually found one of the reasons for that corruption last week, when you came upon a very putrid and dead forest or glade. The pool in the center of this glade was sort of with stagnant water, and a dryad was sort of in a tree, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, okay, everyone's nodding, so this must be a good thing. And you were invited to sit and have a celebration with some fae folk, only to realise that the door was closing behind you. Illustrious, liking a comfy chair, was kind of charmed by them and ended up sort of sitting in the chair and feeling very comfortable. Loretta was also charmed, if I remember rightly, and actually helped some of the assailants.
So good.
Yeah.
The only ones keeping their minds all square and good was Nora and Clove, who managed to kind of pull the rest of the party out. Chuna, at the time, grabbed hold of the staff that was inside the Feywild and managed to bring it back into the material plane, which has essentially started the removal of the blight that has sort of attacked this forest. So you've started to kind of move something good in this world, which is always a good thing to see. So you've kind of left that place. And we've kind of going to do... Should we do a little montage? Do we do montages? We do montages here, don't we? Montage. No.
Oh, I don't know if we've done one for this one.
I don't think we have either. All right, then we'll crack on. So, so you've just left the glade itself, seeing the rose petals beginning, or the roses to begin to plume into colour. Seeing the trees beginning to have light again, and hearing the wonderful sound of fish jumping in and out of the pool itself, with the great purple tree that sits upon the stone where the staff of the woodland would have been sat. Clove, you're obviously stood in awe of this place. This is the kind of the thing that druids live for, really. And I think you may have seen something as beautiful on the coast. I'm thinking something like a coral reef or something like that. Would you think that ties in with what your druid sort of druid glade would look like on the coast?
Sure, yeah. I think just like very vibrant in life, and every like nook and cranny has some critter crawling out of it, and yeah, just lots of like activity and stuff. Yeah.
And yeah, I think you can you just roll a quick perception for me?
Sure. 16.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I think you, whilst looking around, you see like a cockroach kind of dart out of a rock. And that kind of reminds you of the movements of the fish, and you kind of follow it and you kind of look at it across until you come to like what is like a base of a tree, and you find that there are a pair of like rabbit's feet sticking out from the bottom of the tree, like almost as if the rabbit has been like inside the tree as it's grown. But you see these 2 feet sort of sticking out of the tree.
So the rabbit is like stuck in the tree, basically.
Well, you can see the rabbit's feet.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna try to like pry off. I don't know if there's like a way to try to open it up to see more than just the feet, I guess.
Okay, let's do a little strength. Test. Let's try athletics.
Yeah, it's gonna go great. Oh, 17.
Oh, great! Yeah, you start ripping off the bark with your bare hands, but you come to like solid log wood. Like it's you kind of knock it and you put your ear against it and you knock it and you can hear like the termites inside doing their thing, but like it's solid. But you can still look down. As you look down at all the pile of bark that's underneath on your feet, you kind of clear them away and you still see these little rabbit's feet sort of sticking out from the bottom of the tree. Has anybody else noticed
Yeah,
Clove
I was going to ask that
suddenly
too, yeah.
run off and followed an insect?
With a 9 passive, probably not.
9.
How have you got 9 passive perception?
I just hit things.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I recently built a fighter and it's the lowest wisdom character I've ever made and it stresses me out so much.
I see nothing, but if I see something, I hit it. I think Illustrious, having just like dove through the portal, is very much just sort of recovering and having a moment. So I don't think he spots Clove either.
So maybe you're lying on your back, looking up at the sky.
I think face down. I think I've just gone.
Oh, face down. Okay, cool. So everybody
Kind of
else
got like
can.
pulled through too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody else can see all these like little firelights, like little fireflies, sort of buzzing around them. Like very beautiful scene that they can see. It's almost like a Sleeping Beauty, except flat and 7 foot tall. So would Nora have seen?
Yeah, I imagine Chana would probably have. He's got a soft spot for Clove, right? So, and I think Nora was the last one with Chana. So, I think she's just maybe sort of dragged along by this burly toddler that we've got.
So, whilst you're kind of pulling off the bark, Clove, you feel the presence of Nora sort of coming up behind you.
Right.
Do you see this? Is this? I don't know.
Oh, feet.
Yeah. I'm gonna poke one of the feet and see if it responds.
So you poke it and it feels like hollow. Like it sort of squeezes in and then pops back out again. Almost like a shoe. Or a boot.
I don't know what's going on. Do you know what's going on? You're from the forest, right?
Well, it's more of like a sort of my, great aunt's sister's husband sort of thing. I'm actually 1/8 forest gnome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like an ancestry thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you want to just pull it out?
I guess I don't want to like hurt it. I don't know how
I'm
to.
more worried, given the last hour or so, that it might hurt us. Is my only thing. But we could grab one and I'll grab the other. Give them a go.
Okay. Yeah, let's try.
Right. Yeah, great.
You kind of both kind of put your hands down, and the fur is like, yes, it's a bit dirty, but it's really soft. And again, when you pop your hands around it, again, it has that kind of boot feel, like it feels a little bit hollow. And he literally, both of you just like, oh, and you just pull them up.
Oh.
And what you have in your hands is these sort of kind of a pair of boots, actually. It's a pair of boots that look like they're rabbit's feet. So they kind of like slightly hook up at the ends. The fur is sort of a brown and white sort of patches on it. And it goes up to a pair of laces, I think, that look like whiskers. So the whiskers kind of fold around into the laces to kind of do up. But you kind of hold these kind of this pair of boots. They're full of leaves and stuff, by the way, as well. And like you turn them upside down, and like earwigs kind of pour out, and like all these different insects kind of pour out of it.
Well, these are adorable.
But what are they doing here? That's weird.
And as you say that, Clove, you realise where you are, and you're like, the word "weird" doesn't really kind of just. This whole place is a bit weird.
Yeah, stupid question, I guess.
What's the size on these bad boys?
The weird thing is they look different. So one looks like it's about your size, Nora, and one looks like it's about your size, Clove. And then you swap them, and then they sort of shrink and change size.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, this seems to be some kind of magic rabbit foot boot, so I'll probably just give my one to you.
Oh, I was gonna say
That's
I'll
your
give
sort
it,
of-
I'll give it to you. Like I think I don't know.
No, it's not really my my style. You know, it might mess up my look.
You're just
Your
pushing
aesthetic.
these
Yeah,
like this.
no, really. After you.
Oh
Okay, well,
man.
well, Clove ends up holding them,
Yeah.
and they both go into the right size for you. Do you want to have a look at these boots?
Sure. Yeah. I was actually thinking Clove would probably run over and like poke Illustrious on the shoulder and be like, "Do you know what this is? Help. You know things."
Where did you find that?
In the tree.
Need I remind you what happened the last time we found something weird in a fucking tree?
Nora from like still by the tree goes, "They're so cute though."
And Illustrious sighs and just waves the back of his hand in the direction of the boots and ritually cast detect magic.
Yeah, okay, so you do detect magic on it. It takes about 10 minutes, right?
It says casting time 1 action and then duration 10 minutes.
The ritual
okay.
cast is 10.
Yeah, if it's a ritual, it takes 10 minutes. So if you want to ritualize it, that's fine. You just sort of sit on a rock and sort of stare at these boots for a while.
Yeah.
Or you can speed it up if you wanted to and just burn
go
the
on, let's burn the slot.
Okay, so you feel transmutation magic upon them.
Transportation?
Transmutation.
Transmutation. But it doesn't seem...
closest. I think that's the closest I can think of. It doesn't seem... I mean, you don't know from detect magic if it's good or evil or anything like that. All you know is that this changes something. And do you want to have a proper look at them?
Yeah, go on.
All right, let's get a little bit of arcane.
Oh, great. With my +0, I know things.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
4.
So close.
4. So close. Yeah, unfortunately, you just see these as a pair of adorable rabbit's feet.
You are not wrong. They are very cute. But there's a strong sniff of transmutation on this, so chances are you put those on, you're going to turn the rest of y'all into a bunny.
Well, that seems fun. Maybe not right now, though.
I think as you sort of look at them, do you want to have a quick go at them as well, Clove, while you're looking at them?
Sure. Yeah, with my
Why
+1, it might be.
But considering we had a 4 and a crit on that. 11. All right, I'll take that. I'll take an 11.
Okay.
As you kind of look over these boots, you realise they're not rabbits' feet. They're hair. And actually, you think about what the hair does and how fast a hair can be. And you realise that this is the boots of striding and springing. Actually, can I show you this? It's kind of not letting me show you this. It's really bizarre. Let's try that. There we go. So your speed while wearing these becomes 30 feet, unless your walking speed is higher. Your speed is not reduced, and you're encumbered in wearing heavy armor. In addition, whenever you jump, you can jump 3 times the normal distance.
I think Clove is going to look at these and then look up at Loretta and like kind of very quietly walk over and be like, I think maybe you should wear these.
Loretta
want
kind
them?
of stares after having been like kind of sat down, trying to recover from everything that happened before, and listen goes, "So you want me to put on the random boots that you just found in the middle of the forest? They're almost certainly going to turn me into a bunny rabbit."
True story.
Well, I don't know. maybe.
Give them
I'll
here.
put them on, but okay.
I will put them on because why not?
See, mum. And suddenly these little whiskers like pop out from your nose.
See, I told you.
That was bound to fucking happen.
And that's the only thing that changes. Other than that, whenever you're walking around, you feel about half a foot taller because you're on almost like on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
As you feel like you're a bit more bouncy. And you feel like almost like you're jumping on the moon, like you bounce around a little bit.
Feel a little lighter.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's just those whiskers, and you don't see the whiskers. I think everybody else sees the whiskers.
Nice. Just raise myself up then, like sort of on the kind of like tippy toe kind of things as I do. Okay. Yeah. These ain't too bad. They're quite light. That's nice. Doesn't seem to have any bad effects. So yeah, good. Do you want them back?
No, you keep them. I think they look good on you.
Thanks.
Really cool.
Because you sort of all kind of look around at this slightly more hairified, rabbitified Loretta. I think you unless there's anything else you'd like to do in this place. No, Illustrious sort of scrambles himself off the ground, and it's sort of like you can feel that there's like insects or something inside your armor. There's something inside your armor. It's there somewhere. And you've got like a leaf hanging off your ear that you didn't realise that you had. And your fur's a little bit matted where you have fur anyway. And everybody kind of like looks around this beautiful place and then looks out towards the west, where you're going towards, and you can see the darkness out in front of you. The continual dark of death and corruption of the forest ahead of you, and there's a real feeling that you would like to stay here, somewhere nice and full of colour and safe. As you grab hold of your bags, you drag them off the ground.
Suppose we should get going, guys.
Yep.
We do have a job to do.
Anyone know where the fuck we're meant to be going now?
Guess east.
All right, Loretta, do you want to do a survival check then?
We'll just know our game that was absolute sarcasm. Survival.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. -1.
Oh! Okay, so you say east, but you point west.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
And there's a certain trepidation amongst everybody. Is like, before you could even think about, is this the right direction? Loretta's already gone and already started marching off.
Hop to it.
As Loretta goes off, as it starts springing off, Illustrious is sort of like falling in line, but slightly off to the side, and every so often is glancing down to check to see if Loretta has grown a little cottontail. He does not trust this one bit.
I think Chuna is like bouncing like a rabbit behind.
Chuna's still got the stick. Who's got the magical stick?
No, Chuna put the stick. Yeah, he planted the stick.
Okay.
This is why the big purple tree is in the middle of the glade now.
Tree.
Nice.
Yeah. I wonder if we should. How's everyone feeling? I think Loretta's just like gone, and Love is like, wait, how are we?
I mean, I'm actually all right. I'm a bit fed up with being in here, but otherwise, like emotionally, gut check, not great. Physically, all right.
Okay.
I think as you say that, you hear from your belly.
You just ignore as a hand slips into a pocket. She like masks a cough. And like sleight of hands one of the like dry crumbs of bread that she rolled into a ball earlier.
Let's do a sleight of hand check. Because everybody's feeling a bit hungry right now, so I want to see if they see you do this. 15, does that beat everyone's passives?
Yeah.
Nope, it doesn't.
So Clove sees you. No, go. Like, you just sort of sneak it in. Like you're rubbing your mouth. Nobody else sees it, but Clove sees it. And you see Clove sees
it. Nora takes out the last remaining half of a roll of dried bread. The inside of baguette bread that she rolled up. So, do you want? This is it, but you can have it if you want.
Nah, you keep it. Maybe the kid needs it.
Oh yeah. Nora puts it back in her pocket.
Yeah, it's covered in lint and like little bits of fluff.
Pocket sand.
It's pocket sand. But you do realise that you're hungry, and I think Loretta, you're too busy jumping around like a hare to really notice it. I think you can probably still smell the dinner that was on the table. A lot of you, especially Illustrious, can smell the dinner that was on the table. But you do feel hungry, I think.
Okay. I think Clove will quickly like run up to each of Illustrious and Loretta and be like, "How are we like?" Basically, she's got some cure wound spots that she's going to cast on herself if nobody else needs them.
I'm fine.
I'll stop after a while and be like, well, yeah, I did take a couple of licks, but the sooner we get somewhere, the sooner we can settle down or something. You might want to hang on to that just in case. We don't know what's out here. I'm kind of worried.
Yeah, it's sort of why I was worried about making sure we weren't all going in. But, okay, I'll save it.
You want to stop for a time? I can make our little dome again. Keep us safe.
Might be an idea to have a short rest or something. Just to sit down for a bit.
Yeah, at DM World, I won't let you do a long rest yet. You could do a short rest.
Yeah.
And I know your tiny hut lasts for like 8 hours, doesn't it, or something?
Yeah, I've got, and I can ritual it for a minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It takes 10 times as long.
It's it's the casting time, but then plus 10 minutes if it's ritual.
Right.
Okay.
I could sit down for a good hour or so.
Okay.
You're gonna have a little short rest.
Yeah, just before we crack on.
Okay, cool.
Save Clove spending every spell slot on us.
So let's do those rolls and get yourself healed if you want to. Illustrious, are you putting up your tiny hut? Are you going to do that for the short rest?
I'll do it. If I do it for the first 10 minutes, can I have the short rest?
Ooh.
If we stop for an hour and 10?
If we stop for an hour and 10, you can, yes.
And then everything that's fire!
Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah, I don't trust this. I don't trust these woods. So yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
All the hit dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use all mine, I think.
Hey, I still have one, but yeah, I had 9 hit points, so I was a little nervous.
So actually,
is everyone else okay?
Yeah, a Clove's there with like a missing tooth and like a black eye, just blood everywhere.
You guys sure? No?
Oh,
Yeah.
Stuart, like your rolls, it's just like
Oh gosh,
2
how
sets
many?
of 1.
Yeah, I'm now, after having spent all of them, I'm on 34 out of 42.
Oh gosh, with D10s too. That's so rough.
Yeah.
That is really annoying. I think this 1 hour and 10 minutes, as you see, is there a particular ritual? What does the ritual look like, Dan, for when you make the hut?
Illustrious sort of takes his cloak off, lays it down in front, drops down into like a seated kneeling position, spreads his hands out, his fingers out wide, and puts them into the ground, and then from each of his fingers, almost like a firefly appears. And it sort of spreads round into a circle, and then almost creates like a lattice, like maybe 10 different points comes over the top in like a, those things that you get in every house. I actually have it up there, one of them, like one of those Chinese lantern style dome thing, dome lampshade things, just sort of like comes over the top like that with like a wire lattice, and then just slowly starts to like shade itself in around him.
Nice. So Chun's like that. I think it was asleep last time this happened. They're sort of tracing through all of the points and just seeing it kind of build together. As they sort of like sit down in the middle, staring upwards, and then they start drawing on the floor, and they start drawing the lines of what this looks like in their heads. You could just see anyone who's around them see those, like, it's almost like a perfect drawing in the sand, almost something that a hand that should be of an elder in the hand of this child, as they sort of draw in the dirt a perfect geometrical sort of picture of this dome. So what do you do? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, as it's building, he sort of says under his breath, like, the last time this happened, this place was full of food within hours. Come on, please. And just sort of tries to will some, having no idea how it happened, just tries to will some food into existence, like it might be part of the spell that he wasn't aware of, or he's been granted by his god in this time.
So maybe you're into sort of prayer here, maybe.
Yeah,
so
it's almost like a chant to Helm of like reaching out for some kind of sustenance or offerings to keep us through.
You can't necessarily feel that it's coming, but the sense of hardship and faith, sort of. Something that kind of goes hand in hand when you worship Helm, is this idea of that you should go through hardship and you should be going through difficulties, and sometimes there are difficulties and sometimes there are bountifulness, and I think that could come from your own meditation, or it could of course come from your god, but for you it comes from your god.
Yeah, nice.
I think. Oh, I thought about that, Melissa. Halfling luck. Does halfling luck apply to hit dice?
Not sure if it does.
It says attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, so I don't imagine it does.
I don't think a hit die
Yeah.
sits with that. A death saving throw does.
Yeah.
I think it's any D20, I think, pretty much.
Yeah.
It looks like
makes sense. Just check.
It's a good question, though. It's a really good question. It's worth asking. So you see, if you're taking notice, you see Illustrious is sort of in position, and you started to learn, I think, Nora, as you spoke before about being in a place of all of these strangers. You're starting to learn about Illustrious and about how they like act when they're in prayer, and you starting to learn this is a particular style of ritual, and you don't know whether to go near them or away from them, but there's a sense that this is a private act. So what are you guys doing in rest for your hour? If nothing, that's cool, that's not a problem, but if you wanted to, is there anything that you kind of are doing right now? Illustrious is out, he's praying. I think.
Did we leave the glade before this happened?
I think you've kind of, because Loretta went off,
Yeah.
you kind of ran forward. So you're not too far away. I'd say like half a mile away from the glade. But you've sort of settled down in the darkness, and this dome is sort of the reason that I think the dome's gone up is for the protection of that corrupted forest, away from that corrupted forest.
Yeah. I think then Clovis just like thinking about that staff and like racking her brain from like old stories that her dad would have told her, and trying to be like, I don't know, why don't I know anything about this? And she's kind of beating herself up for being a really bad druid, like doesn't know druid things.
Do you want to do a history check to try and think
Sure.
about your father's stories?
8.
I think the stories that involve like sticks or rods from your stories of your father was always attached to capturing the biggest fish, or the story of the 1,000 shoals, or the story of the empty rod. You know, they're all connected to things that to do with hunting for fish or looking for fish in some way. But you can't. He always spoke about how sticks on the land were there to be used on the sea. Like he's kind of very much, your father was very much about this kind of, this is for usefulness for us to use on the sea. Unfortunately.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I really hope you were going to come up with a big one then.
I did too, but that's okay. This fits the character better, so I'm good either way.
Okay. Nora and Loretta, what are you up to here?
I want to take a moment with China and like sort of settle into the dome and like sort of take out the bag and like sort of do the actual kind of typical things of like sort of making sure that my like sort of everything's neat, tidy, organized and everything like that, and then just catch China's eye. Be like, so do you talk, kid? No one's actually said hi to you or anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can hear me. But you don't talk. Right, okay.
It looks down at your bag of stuff. What's in your bag of stuff? What have you got for you?
Got pretty kind of utilitarian kind of bag, really. It's like sort of everything that is needed for the job. So we've got like sort of typical things like pitons, hammers, rope, a water skin that is rapidly running out of like sort of, I think I'm just down to the dregs of whatever water's left in it. But then I've also got the other bags associated with it. So I've got like the somewhat industrial quiver filled with all the crossbow bolts, and then the light crossbow that kind of just hangs off the side to it as well whenever that's unequipped as well.
So he's sort of looking down at all of the objects. I think he's quite interested in the quivers, just the feather part of it. And he sort of goes and brings his hand towards the weapon.
Careful now. And I kind of reach forwards. It's okay. I reach forward, and then on the light crossbow, I'll just untie one of the knots. This is the worst part of my knowledge about weapons here, but like the knots from one of the edges of it, so that the wire can't be like pulled taut almost. So it's renders it kind of useless. And I go, there you go.
Holds it, picks it up.
So you put that in there, aim it, and then you press this button, and I take the hand and put it onto the trigger. And you pull it, and it goes.
And it goes click. It's like, and it's like the is the first sound you've heard from Chida.
So you do make some noises, eh, kid?
He kind of looks over at you.
Well, this is what I need, because I can't do what you do. I can't do all the fantastical stuff that makes you special. This somewhat levels my playing field a little bit, but not quite to the extent of what you can do.
And his sort of hand goes down onto the sand, into the dirt, and he draws a sword on the ground. and
You're-
a shield.
Yeah. That's what I use.
And then he draws a knight.
I don't quite think of myself as that. Well, you have to be noble, you have to be rich, and you have to be somewhat serving a king to do that.
Shakes his head. Goes.
You gonna knight me?
He sort of like springs up slightly, and he looks around, and then sees you've got a rapier, haven't you?
Yeah. I was gonna say I'd pull that out and I'd like quickly mop off some of the blood that's left on it, and then hand it over and be like, "Be careful now."
And he kind of brings up and rests it on your shoulder, and across to the other shoulder. And as it kind of comes up to about here, it feels as though there's some sort of break in the tiny hut. You feel the sunlight kind of burn down towards you. It almost feels like in slow motion as it taps onto your shoulder, and you just hear the words, "Rise." And then he pops it down in front of you and smiles.
Kind of smile to myself, look at Jenna, and then just give a sly wink and then nod.
So the next 24 hours, if you want to, you can add a d6 to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You can use that twice, I'm going to say.
Oh wow, thanks.
So you're almost like double blessed. But you're now... Do you want to be known as Sir Loretta Albright?
Yeah.
Or Knight? Or...
Sir Loretta sounds somewhat imposing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As he kind of like pops it down in front of you, it feels like to you, I know you've never known nobility, but it feels like the stories, it feels like the fairy tales, it feels like you have been Soretta, that's so good. You feel as if you have been sort of blessed by a noble in some way. But you know this child is from humble birth in some way. But it feels right.
I think I kind of, after this cheeky wink to Jenna, like sort of that's our little kind of secret that she heard that. I'm just gonna sniffle a little bit and be like, So that's Sir Loretta to all of you now. Just remember, he's knighted me. Remember. Oh, he's praying. God damn it. I'll tell him afterwards.
Really lovely. Nora, is there anything you'd like to do with you this time?
I think Nora sees Illustrious sort of having his moment, and all of these guys have sort of taken themselves away a little bit, and she's more than happy to do that. And she sort of takes herself a little distance away and just sits, and she's going to take a mouse out of her pocket who bit her earlier and just check in and see how he's doing. And you sort of see her take the last pocket crumbs that are left and offer them up, and then just lets him sort of run over her fingers without even really thinking about it. I think that's how she's kind of grounding herself a bit, and it's just this one. That's all there is in the world right now for her. It's just her and Branston.
Yeah. So here's an interesting question. What is the two polar thoughts then that you felt like you had to get into grounding? What was the kind of the thoughts that kind of are around that?
I think there's a part of her that's really frightened, and I think the stories and the legends and stuff that she grew up with. Obviously, when she saw the tree stick get planted and the water change and everything, that was bringing back like a fairy story, like when you're a child, and those things aren't real. She hasn't had a fairy tale childhood, a fairy tale experience at all. Those things don't happen. So, and I think, just this mouse has been with her for such a long time, and it's been the two of them for a really long time, with sort of ephemera of people around.
Okay. She just watched, what was his name? Branston, like the pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes well with cheese.
Yes, of course. I think this is the first time you said Branson, because I think the first time you got Branson out, he was still a little scared, and still had that kind of like, and this is a time that he's moving around your fingers, you know that he's happy, and that helps you ground you. Is like he's just sort of playing around. So all of you kind of go through this time, and I think there's one of you, maybe it's probably Illustrious, because seems to be the one who pushes everybody. It's sort of like, right, time to go.
Yeah, I'm just been reading through my refamiliarizing myself with my character sheet, and I think during that prayer, I used a moment to harness my divine power, using my channel divinity, which I will get back at the end of a short rest to gain me another spell slot. And then whilst the serenity of everyone's moment is suddenly broken, Illustrious's eyes pop open, and there's an amber color to his eyes that weren't there before. There's like a focus, and he turns to all of you and says, "Time to go. No more mistakes." And as that happens, everyone else's eyes flash with amber, as Illustrious's holy symbol of an eye, an all-seeing eye, starts to glow. And as he stands and the dome breaks from the center down into the ground, everyone has been granted the eyes of night, and Illustrious himself has given himself a vigilant blessing. So everyone now has dark vision to 300 feet. And Illustrious has got advantage on initiative, and just with that, just saying time to go, just gets up and starts walking.
Okay.
That was a good reminder that as a Circle of the Land Druid, I also regain a spell slot on a short rest. Thank you.
Great. We'll make sure we'll focus on that for the next time then, Melissa. We'll make sure we have a ritual moment so we can see what it looks like. But I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what a Circle of the Land coastal druid does in the forest. I'd be really interested in that.
Communing with nature inside a tiny hut.
Yeah. So I think you walk off. I think it's now sort of about 4 o'clock in the afternoon-ish, I think. With Loretta's roll, I think Loretta looks up and goes, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And, sorry, Sir Loretta. And
thank you.
starts moving through. Your stomachs are all still rumbling as you kind of start walking through. And you walk for another hour, 2 hours. Cursory looking around as you guys are walking, you don't see a huge amount of vegetation. That it looks edible. Doesn't mean there isn't any.
I'm not the only one that's feeling famished, am I?
That's Illustrious turns round to just look and glare, and that's what happens before he can open his mouth. His stomach just betrays him completely.
Been out in the forest this long. Can we look for food? Do we trust it?
Well, we seem to be grabbing just about everything we find. We might as well eat some of it.
Wise as always.
So you're going to go try and do some foraging, Illustrious, or anybody else?
Yeah, I reckon Illustrious is all right at foraging.
Okay, so this is going to slow you guys down a little bit. As you kind of go to like a slow walk pace to look for things. So you ain't got no rangers, so you sort of slow down as you sort of keep walking. So let's do a survival check and see how you're doing, Illustrious.
Okay. Oh, 22?
Oh, mate, all right.
It's a hot dog stand.
Yeah, legit guy
Wow.
with cigars, cigarettes, ice cream, hot dogs. But you literally, I think what you find is like, actually, we'll do some description of this. So you're gonna say you found some nuts. So Dan, I want you to give me what some nuts that you find. There's also some sort of leaves and root plants, which I think Melissa, if you come up with some roots and like leaf plants that they find. You also find like you also have a handful of like looks like grubs. And I think, yeah, Rowan, I think you want to come up with the grubs. And a couple of different types of like berries and like sour fruits, which Stuart, I'd like you to kind of go with. So let's have a look, see what's on our platter. Okay, so what do we have, Dan?
So Illustrious finds it's kind of like a cashew nut in the curl, but it's one that just continues on and on and on. So it's kind of like a long, continuous cashew nut that kind of intertwines like a double helix. So it kind of looks like a curly whirly.
So the curly nut.
Yeah, curly nut.
Yeah, curly nut. Great. Is there any other nuts that you've got with you?
Yeah, there's some like giant, almost like coconut-sized nuts. That look massive and really nourishing, and then Illustrious pulls out his warhammer and just smashes it down onto them, and they open, and the actual nut is like this. There's a load of tiny little, but they're kind of like chia seeds. They're like little bombs of nutrients.
Okay, so what do you want to call those?
I think he just calls them bombs.
Okay, I was gonna go for a TARDIS nut.
TARDIS nut, love it. Cannon.
Oh, TARDIS seeds. There you go.
TARDIS seeds.
Great. And did you kind of like jot down these roots and leaves? So, Melissa, what have we got in terms of roots and leaves?
Yeah, I think it's actually a bunch of like sweet grasses that are pulled that are and so like you chew on them, and I think they add some like flavor to the other things and maybe some moisture from the grasses, and then actually like a couple turnips for some reason that are somehow just like some bird has like flown by, and so there's actually like 2 turnips that have for some reason are growing here in the middle of the woods. So find those as well.
Okay, so sweet grasses. I really love this idea of the sweet grasses. What are they called?
I think they're called just like Lori grasses.
Lori. Lovely. Lori grasses. So it's not just one type of grass then. It's like lots of different types.
It's like a family of different different grasses.
Each of which do, but usually you would place this into a soup or a stew or something else to give a bit of flavour. And the turnips, I think to make them a little bit more magical, I think they're like purple turnips, purple turnips. And they have like a weird taste of pear, so they're actually more like a fruit than they are a root. That makes sense.
Yeah. I think they're like a deep, rich purple on the outside, but once you cut into them, they're actually like this pink, like almost like watermelon-y, pink color.
Yeah, I'm into that. That sounds great. Okay. And then we've got our grubs. So what grubs and insects have we got to eat today?
Yeah, I think Nora goes rooting about under a log because she sees that that's what other people are doing. So she comes out with, there's one, like, there's ones in the Lion King that just look delicious. It's like, it's like one of those, kind of like a tardigrade, like what they call water bears, like a tardigrade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but sort of like that size. It's nice and like big and chunky, and it's a kind of earthy brown.
Great. It's got to be Bear Grubs, hasn't it?
Thank you. Yeah.
It's got to be Bear Grubs.
Yeah, bear grubs. And then I think the other ones are sort of smaller, and it's kind of like a little sugar mouse almost. Did you ever used to have those? That are absolutely foul, but they're sort of stuck together.
So
And they're like different, like they'll be pink, and then a purple one, and then a yellow. Sort of, they're all is one creature, but it looks like three stuck together.
Oh, like
and those ones taste quite sweet.
Oh, like a caterpillar or something like that.
Yeah, kind of like a caterpillar, but like really exaggerated. The divot.
Yeah. All right. So what do we call those? I feel like something like a 3-course caterpillar or something like that. Like the first one.
I was gonna go for mousipede.
Mousipede. Yeah, that's better. Let's go with mousipede. Yeah, I'm into that. And then finally we got these berries and fruits.
So I was thinking like Loretta's gonna instinctually kind of go to whatever mild amount of foraging she might have done in her youth, or at least what was taught in what is the Danith equivalent of the Scouts, because I imagine that Loretta was almost certainly in there.
Yeah, they're called the little green bottles.
Yeah. So it's low and slow to the ground, like looking for bushes that are kind of like sort of low to the ground, and then she'll kind of just wander around and just find assortments of kind of like the standard kind of berries that you'd find, and then she'll just kind of be a bit like, it's got to be more, and then just look up almost in dismay, and then realize what boots she's got on, and then just kind of just start jumping a little bit higher to the higher bushes that she kind of is seeing dotted around, or little kind of dangling berries that are coming off certain trees, and finding almost like lingonberries, but instead of like sort of being bright red, they're kind of like a deep blue. And rather than being quite like tart and sour, I imagine that she'd probably be enamored with them because they've got kind of sort of almost like an umami taste. And then I think people will often say that these are akin to what druids create with good berries, but they're not quite as nourishing or as filling, so they're all right berries. Yeah, I love that.
All right, berries. Great. Perfect.
So good.
See, sort of, I think what Illustrious's role is actually about here is that sifting through and kind of taking away the poisonous stuff or anything that's like accidentally kind of got in there, and almost kind of like hands out these bowls, these small handful bowls of stuff that people eat, and this is going to nourish you for the rest of the day. And you sort of chunk it down, and as you're sort of eating, you all kind of smell like fire. Like there's just a waft of smoke as you're eating, and like you're not sure if it's part of the grasses or if it's something else. But the smoke sort of smell sort of kicks in, and then you start to hear like the sound of maybe drums or singing sort of in the background as well. I think, Clove, you have the highest passive, don't you?
I think so, 16.
Yeah, so you also hear what sounds like the roar of a bear. But it sounds like it's in distress. So it's not a roar of like dominance. And you can then also, I think you also can hear like this high-pitched singing, sort of like chattering as well.
I know the last time I said something needed our help, things went badly, but I think something needs our help.
Trust your judgment.
And I think that's the first time that word has been used. Like in this party, like this group, the first time the word trust. I trust. And there's like a feeling that goes out from Loretta almost like, oof, is that word.
That makes one of us, so okay.
I trust you're talking about this child that needs our help.
I mean that too, but I don't know. There's like a bear or something. Can you all not hear that?
I think I do now, but Illustrious, you got to consider, like, we got distracted by the thing before, but the kid helped the forest, and we've been able to move through it a little easier. Maybe this is something we got to do.
What is it you hear? A bear?
In pain and drumming and chanting and
Drumming and chanting. What, you mean like the welcome parade that nearly killed us last time? Or maybe it's the drumming of the black bottle coming through from the other side of the forest. I don't know, armies generally tend to have drums. Maybe they're killing this bear on the way to killing us.
maybe.
What is wrong with y'all?
But then how about we don't run into it this time and we watch from a distance?
Shuna has like gone behind Nora when you started talking like that, Illustrious, and he's sort of like holding on to the leg of Nora.
Yeah, Nora's just like saying nothing, but she's planted herself so firmly, feet to the ground and like chin down, her jaws really clenching. This tone is not good for her.
Is she holding onto the weapon or anything?
She's just got her hand sort of pressing
Resting.
against like Chuna, but she's very, very still.
Do you notice that, Illustrious?
The change in demeanor. Oh yeah, I'd say I'm absolutely focused on the three of them.
Look, we're not talking about running into problems. We're talking about seeing what we're hearing. We need to understand stuff before we run away from it, because we might be running into whatever they're heading towards. And also, you blessed us with good vision. Let's make use of it.
Fine.
If we die, blame me.
If this child gets in peril, I'm coming back for him and him alone. Let's go see your bear.
Let's watch it from a distance at least then.
You all sort of quietly go through into the woods. There's a reason. There's not just that you're being quiet in terms of stealthiness. There's now an awkwardness of like silence. And I think, yeah, Nora, you watch Illustrious kind of go past you, and then you wait, and then turn to be in the middle of the pack with Chuna. All right. So you start coming closer and closer to what you hear is like the drumming and the chattering and the roaring. The smell of the fire becomes more and more intense. As you start to see through the trees of the darkness, you see the light, and it looks as if it's like this huge burning ring of fire, and you see shadows dancing in front of it. The the sounds that you hear, you don't quite understand them. I don't think any of you would understand this language. Let me just check. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. What language does everybody speak?
Druidic and halfling.
I speak common, gnome, and thieves' cant.
Okay.
I've got common, giant, infernal, elvish, and minotaur.
Okay.
Wow, we've got a learned lad.
That gets used all the time.
I just know Joe Thorpe. I was like, if there's going to be a minotaur, it's going to be in a Joe Thorpe campaign.
Yeah, great.
I've got the same as what's been said.
Okay. So you don't understand the languages. You don't understand what the language is.
Damn
but
it.
You can hear it sort of like shattering off. It does sound like either some sort of celebration, but like a dark celebration. It's not something that sounds like a great, like a joyful one.
Do we get like the basis of the language? Like, you know how like sort of you can hear like Spanish and like kind of understand what language it could potentially be like? Do we get anything like that?
It's very chaotic in its language. It feels very old. It feels... I don't think if any of you may have heard this. The one that may have heard something like this would have been illustrious, maybe in some of the more dark prayer that we saw last week.
Right.
Dark times. I think you recognize it as abyssal, but you don't know what it says. Over the top of that, you also hear what sounds like almost like crowing or like the crow sort of sounds of birds. As you kind of start to come forward, you can see the way that the space is sort of laid out, but you're still too far away to get any details about it.
I'm a little hesitant to go forward now. Sorry, illustrious, to give you this moment of I told you so, but this doesn't sound great.
Illustrious just stands there, silent.
Clive.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think she's gonna look to Chana like she's expecting him to say something. Or
Yeah, all you hear is that distress.
Yeah.
It's ripping you apart, I think.
I mean, he's what matters, but I don't know how we don't do anything. Can one of us try to see what's going on? I don't know. I don't want to put him, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Clove, do you feel your feet moving? You getting the physical urge to run away?
No, I want to run there, but I don't want to hurt him.
Okay. Someone take the kid away. We're going in them. If there's something we need to do, we need to do it. Like I said, we just have to get eyes on it and see what's going on.
Okay. I just want to see, I don't know, like, if it sounds really bad, but maybe it's, there's not a lot of us. Maybe we can't do anything, but maybe we can.
Maybe you could kill it so it won't be crying anymore. That might be the best that we can hope for. And I know that sounds awful, but we got to go. And like, I get it. This sucks. But I don't know that the three of whoever goes is going to stand a chance against the sort of chanting dark demon people, whatever it is, for the sake of a bear. And I don't mean to sound horrible. The best we might hope for is that we can make that noise stop.
Yeah, you're right.
I think if we're going in with that as the best case scenario, then why not? I don't know that any of us has got the energy to go in and save the day right now.
Yeah. I guess see if we can do something, and if we can't, I won't make us do something. I don't, the kid matters
I know
most.
you won't. We know you won't.
So who's going to go up and scout this?
I think Clove is going.
I'll go as well as I spoke out.
Okay, so just the two of you.
I think it's tricky because I think where Nora's at right now, she doesn't particularly want to leave Chuna with Illustrious. So I think she'll just stand there and like wait for him to leave, and then when he does, if he doesn't, they're both just gonna stand there.
Okay. So let's maybe take the two of you then as you go off.
Split the party.
I think seeing that Nora is staying, and that Chuna is going to be somewhat safe. Illustrious is not going to go with them, but is going to track them for as long as possible from a safe distance, from a retreatable distance.
Okay, cool.
Maybe from like the far edges of some spells.
Okay. Okay, so let's do some stealth checks then.
Okay. Guidance on Loretta before we do it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give guidance to myself as well.
Myself.
Let's have a look what we got.
And then it's a D4, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a D4.
So yeah, Dan,
guys.
you've got heavy armor on, haven't you?
Yeah, so I'm rolling with disadvantage, so that's a 6 for me with guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll a 5.
So the ones I'm really looking at really was Clove and Sir Loretta.
And Sir Loretta, I love it.
I love it.
So I think what happens is actually you're moving forward and Loretta hears the crack from under your boot and then like puts her hand up to tell you to stay.
Stop.
As they continue on in silence. And then behind that is Illustrious, and he's too far away for the sound to be a problem. Does that sound good?
Mm.
Yeah, and in that case, I think Clove is like straining all of her senses, trying to like pick up any more information, trying as she like stands there kind of frozen in place.
Mm-hmm.
I think with that 3, Illustrious is actually trying to sabotage this.
Ooh. Okay.
Because you done.
So maybe then what happens is we have, yeah, Clove makes a sound, Loretta puts the hand up, tells she's quiet. You stay still and you're trying to like push out your sort of thought, and then you just hear crunch, crunch, crunch from behind.
Yeah, I'd say I'm probably about 60 feet behind you guys, but definitely not making any attempt to be particularly loud.
It's like the sound of like like thorns smacking onto the armor, and like almost like he's just sort of barreling through.
If belligerence had a noise, it would be this.
That makes you kind of turn your head and look. And you, as you turn and look, Clove, you hear a voice in your head. And you remember the gate. As you stare and look at Illustrious. So Loretta continues forward in the darkness, coming closer and closer towards the fire and the sounds. And what you see... Wait 1 second. To remove everybody else from the map.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No. You're all quiet. You're all good. It's
just
more
can't see
like
anything.
it's more. I just want just for one person to see it.
Imagine as she's approaching, she's got like the hand up, like sort of as a signal to Clove to like hold back, and then just carefully treading, almost like army in the kind of forest kind of thing.
And you're kind of over here. So let's move everybody over so we can all see it. There we go.
Oh,
Ooh.
Joe.
So you see what looks like this huge ring of fire, and inside there is a bear, which is a black bear, I think, or is it a brown bear? I never remember. 1 second. Brown bear. You see a brown bear in the center, and it's like trying to kind of escape, and it's running towards the fire and backing up. It's sort of like stuck in the middle, becoming very, very distressed. Around them, there are these tiny, like 2.5 foot blue creatures that are singing like and they're sort of jumping around, and they seem to be orchestrated by what looks like a 6, maybe 7 foot goat man who's like presiding over the dance. But it doesn't feel to you, Loretta, that this person is like the main orchestrator. As you look across towards the cliffs, and you see 2 harpies and a strigoi sitting, their humanoid forms and big feathered wings, and they seem like the ones that are presiding over this. They're the ones that are staring into the fire, waiting for a body to rip apart.
Just stand watching, like sort of taking in everything, so that she kind of makes sure that she can just look around and see everything, and then fuck. And then slowly just creep backwards, back towards Clove.
So you kind of like come back out of it, the singing and the dancing, the screaming of the bear, as you kind of come back through the wood. And Clove, you're sort of stood there like quiet, silent, pushing out your thoughts. I think you can hear the tiny feet of people sort of dancing, and then suddenly Loretta's in front of you.
It's not the black bottle, but it doesn't have long left, and there are way too many for us. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thanks for looking.
I creep back.
Okay. I'm happy to take the other roll, unless you want to roll again. It's up to you.
I'll take the other roll.
Okay, so you take the other roll, and you creep back. Is there a look in your face when you look at Clove before you leave, or do you just turn and go?
I think it's that one of just, you know, that you hate delivering bad news, and then you just delivered it, and then you hate immediately, like you kind of just want to take back everything you've said and just go, like, I'll see what I can do. So as I kind of turn to go back, I'm just gonna pull out the crossbow, retie the wire on it, and then just slowly just cock it and just see whether or not I can get a shot on at this bear.
Okay. So you sort of see you raise up the crossbow. You sort of rest it onto a stick to try and give yourself stability. As you see the dance, almost as if the dancing begins to slow down. As you see the bear sort of turn and look, and you sort of get a flash of its eyes, the terrified eyes. And you fire. Let's get this roll. Let's have a look.
I think, considering the range, I think this is going to be a disadvantage.
Are you hidden?
Do you want to move to get better to a better position? I will make you roll. And remember, you've also got a bit of blessing as well. You've got your nightly blessing.
Yeah, I think like sort of not move loads, but just like move to sort of here to get like a decent line of sight onto it.
Okay, I'll be happy for
I
that.
just
You
try
look at
just
the
a straight shot.
You can't see through the fire, so you don't move silently and start the process once more. You see that the fur, because of that movement, the fur is now starting to burn because you've taken a bit too much time.
It's disadvantage. It's 80 foot. Okay, though, yeah, and let's try and pop off a shot.
Okay.
Just try and end its misery quickly.
10.
Plus a d6. If I can use that. 14.
So you kind of line up the shot, and you're just about to hit the trigger, and you go, and then you trigger it. And with that last breath, the bolt flies out as we see it cut just past one of the Zvats as it lands square into the eye of the bear, as it just falls to the ground. Suddenly the music stops as they all look over, as the harpies fly up to the air and just descend upon the bear and begin eating. As you move backwards into the forest. So we're going to take a small break there. Ooh. Very, very nice little half there. Well done, everybody. So we are going to be back in about five minutes time or so. So as usual, get yourself a beer, get yourself a gin, get yourself a cup of tea, and come and join us when we come back. As we always say, if you are lurking in the background, I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. If you want to make sure you keep seeing what we're saying, do follow us. That will be massively help. And also if you want to, say hi on our wonderful chat, because we have a great community here and it'd be wonderful to see you on there. So we're going to be back in a little bit. Is there anything else we want to say before? No? Okay, good. Well, we'll see you in about 5 minutes time. Bye.
See you guys.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm sure that we've had a lovely break, and I hope you got a cup of tea. I hope you put the right amount of milk in there and you rested that tea bag in there for just the right amount of time, which is happens to be
Milk
the right
first,
amount of time. Do you know what? I am actually a milk first person.
I know you are
don't
not.
be vile.
I am.
No one is.
Disadvantage rest of the evening, Joseph.
Yeah, we're not
Say
playing
that.
at the minute.
Saying that, I'm not a big tea drinker either, though. Coffee is the one.
That's why.
But I
Because you
can't.
do it wrong.
It's a really good thing of like, I don't know if I like tea. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the only thing that I put like loads of sugar in. It's the only thing that like, I want to make sure it doesn't, it's not the tea that it is. It's really weird, but coffee's the one. Anyway.
It's one of those things, man. Like, I never got the whole tea thing until I lived with a Scouser, and oh my god, could he make a tea? Like, and I got obsessed with tea. You've got to find someone who make like tea is. It seems like the simplest thing in the world, but you can like. It really does make a difference how you make it. If you find someone who makes good tea, you'll probably like yourself a tea.
So I find that with coffee.
Yeah.
This people make coffee, and I'm just like, what is this?
It gets fetishized though, coffee making. Like you get the whole pour over, the like certain temperatures and the things like that.
Oh
It's
no,
like,
no, I'm all good with like an instant, but my god, people could screw up an instant coffee. Like it's no.
I love instant coffee. I was a full-time barista for years, and I love instant coffee.
All righty. Well, let's carry on, shall we? Because we're gonna divide this pie more than it already is. So I think Loretta, you've kind of returned back to Clove. It'd be good to sort of describe how you look when you kind of come back, I think.
I think after having done that and slowly stepping back to make sure that, like, sort of they didn't get a gauge on the direction it came from, or they're not looking for any source of it, and then just breathe a sigh of relief, turn, and then just go, it was quick. We need to be quicker. Let's go.
I think Clove is gonna like reach a hand on Loretta, who like up until now she's been like mostly scared of, and she's gonna cast guidance, but it's more that it's like this feeling of like a connection between them, and Loretta can kind of hear the ocean a little bit. Just thank you.
And I think I'll retrace the steps that I took and almost like guide those steps so that we don't get any more like twig cracks and things like that.
As you start coming closer towards Montgomery, how are you standing at this moment? Are you still making noise?
No, I think that was just that moment, and I think now just stood still, vigilant, sort of warhammer into the ground, two hands on top, just ready to leave.
And
It's a bunch of zards and harpies, and it's not the Black Bottle. So you needn't worry, big man.
Are we going?
We're going.
sort of like clump together and start coming back through the forest. Jenna looks up at you, Nora.
All right, Jenna.
And sort of puts her hand out and sort of takes hold of your hand.
Yeah, Nora sort of softens like a little bit. Like gives him a pat with the other hand on his little head.
He sort of comes closer and sort of kind of cuddles into you a little bit. It looks up. I'm scared.
She like thinks for a sec. She sort of like tries to sort of bully herself up, you know, and then just looks back and says, "Me too. It's all right to be scared sometimes. Sometimes things are scary."
I got you.
I got you. We got it. She like gives his hand a squeeze.
Just
And then like, puffs herself back up. Look at
So
Brave.
yes.
Like gives her a little wink.
Yeah, nice. As you all come back into the little glade, you see Junna sort of holding onto the hand of Nora. And Nora's sort of standing like a guardian, really, as you all kind of come back together. And I think there's a slight, like an almost like the group comes and then they just turn and go. Sort of in silence almost. As you will walk for the next, let's say 3 hours as it starts to get darker. So I would like, yeah, we'll do that now. We haven't done a wisdom save today. So can we get some wisdom saves from everybody as the darkness begins to feel more imposing inside the forest? Feeling very much like the night before, like the first night you entered.
Ooh.
Okay. So our two brave people. Okay. So I think what happens here is that the two of you begin to kind of fear the forest itself. Yep. You're going to have disadvantage on any wisdom-based skills for the next 24 hours.
Fair.
It's like you hear like a whoo, and you're like, it's like, this sort of now it's starting to feel quite imposing. It feels like the darkness is like, even though you can see through it, you can see for 300 feet, the trees are still only making you see shadows around. As you find somewhere to kind of stop for the night. As you come together for a long rest. I'm guessing Illustrious, you create the hut again?
Yeah, dome goes up.
Okay, so the same, we see the cloak kind of come down. So you begin to kneel as the fireflies come from those fingers and move around into the circle. And the shoots and the lines, the geometric shapes sort of form until the dome is over you all. Not much has been said since the discussion of the bear. As you all kind of snuggle down for the night.
And Illustrious just like very soldierly lays everything out, takes his armor off to not sleep in it, and just without a word just goes to bed, just lays down.
It's the first time we've seen you out of your armor, isn't it, as well? Is there anything we see on your body?
Yeah. The armor really sort of belies quite a frail looking form. With as you know, as you can see from the head and shoulders, there's very sort of well kept hair and fur and beard, but actually underneath, especially across the back, there's patch, almost mange style evidence where the hair has been, the fur has been completely scarred up onto the skin to the point where that can't grow back. Sort of an evidence of possible lashing. On the legs, there are just sort of patches removed and things like that, and yeah, you can sort of tell that something's definitely happened to this guy earlier on in his life.
As you all kind of begin to slightly lie down, it's just that turn, and there's Lustrous sort of turns away from the group almost. When he rolls to sleep, and that's when you see all of the back and the back of the legs. Each of you have your own sort of rituals for sort of sleeping and going to how you go to sleep. Clove, you have quite a difficult sleep, I think, in particular. It's not just the bear. It's a feeling of being, as you said before, what is a druid? What is a good druid? Really plagues your mind. As you think about kind of all of the things that you have done, and to try to like count it all, to calculate it of like, why am I a good druid, and why am I not a good druid? I think Loretta and Nora, you have a terrible night's sleep. Like, even through the hut, you can still feel like something's watching you. Like, you can see something is just watching you sleep. Every breath, you know somebody's there, looking at you. But you all drop off. I think Chuna actually lies down with Clove. And sort of snuggles with Clove tonight.
I think right before falling asleep, Clove would summon Terry, and so they're kind of curled up. So Terry, China, and then Clove, and they're kind of a little sandwich. And Terry only sticks around for 3 hours, but so he'll be gone by the time they wake up in the morning.
But just enough to kind of get warm and then fall asleep. Yeah, really nice. The morning sort of comes as the hut sort of closes off around. You all wake up sort of not really great with your eyes. Your eyes are feeling achy, tired. But you begin to pack the stuff and look in the directions and where you need to go. Because Loretta, you led the party yesterday. I think you feel tired for a start with that. I don't know if you decide to check it out again.
I think as we're kind of all rising and everything like that, Loretta, having not really unpacked or done anything, which probably lent her a bad night's sleep because she was constantly wanting to be prepared just in case she had brought the Zvarts or the harpies that you saw, maybe they pursued them. I think maybe that probably played on her mind quite a bit for the night, so she probably slept holding onto something. So we've been headed west, or at least what we hope is west. Unless this forest is endless, eventually we're going to come to what I hope is a river that I'm guessing that we're going to have to cross. Which means settlement, which means people, which means empire influence. Do we know where we're going? I know that we've got the objective to take this kid to the border. But the border is pretty big.
Obviously, we can see the map. How much do you think we would know about this, Joe?
Sort of thing. So Clove would probably know quite a lot. Nora, you said that you spent most of your time. Nora and Loretta, you spend most of your time in the cities. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you would know the lay of the land, like you know certain towns are around somewhere. Montgomery, Illustrious, sorry, have you done anything like mission work and like stuff like this?
Yeah, I would imagine that in order to keep, I would imagine that Illustrious would have quite a good knowledge of sort of the surrounding places just from using his position and using his station to get around and learn these things. So I'd say, yeah, missionary work or work that would involve travel. Yeah, to then be able to report back to the Farlights.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to go with is actually Clove. You have a map, because you travelled really, really, really recently, and I think you would have the map. You can see on the map that it looks as if it should end in the next half day, and you'll be out towards a bridge. I think Illustrious, when you see the map that Clove kind of puts out, you know that most bridges have some sort of guards or forts or something on it. I think Clove, you know that particular river is extremely fast and extremely deep. That's the information I'm going to give you that you know from the direction, and from there we'll carry on with the scene and see what comes up.
So west then, is it?
It's the closest place to the border. Just gonna have to find a way to cross this river.
Well, yeah, we've got to get out first, and then, when you're walking through shit, keep walking.
I might be able to help with the river crossing part, but I don't know about the out in the open part. We'll have to see when we get there, I guess.
If we have to use a bridge, that's gonna be a problem.
I don't think we have to use a bridge.
Good.
Well, at least the good thing about going towards the open means that although we're exposed, so are they, so we can at least see them coming.
Yeah, exactly. Bright side. And we'll be out of here, which will be great.
Yeah. We out of this shithole.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Loretta, you see the markings of the hills and mountains on the border. And you've recently gone through your bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you have in your bag. And other than the ropes and the pythons, you're severely short to get over those mountains if you wanted to do that.
I think that knowledge is going to kind of just sit at the back of their head, and that worry, and should just bring it to the forefront, address it, and then just go, no, it's a problem after the river. After the river, we need to seek supplies. We don't want to be carrying things over a river. They'll probably have more supplies near mountains, so she's going to hold on, and she's going to hope that perhaps inspiration might strike when we get closer. But I think in her mind, she knows that eventually we're going to get high.
So everyone's just thinking up to the river at the moment. They're not thinking past that. It seems as we're not thinking just get over across the river is the first thought.
I don't think Nora's even that far. I think she's just out of forest, and then next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing.
Okay. So
as many steps as my modifier and my intelligence.
So literally we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I think as Melissa's the one, as Clove is the one with the map out, maybe Clove, you do today's survival check to see if we can get in the right direction.
Yeah, I think she kind of pulls this map, and it's like it's very creased, as if it's been like folded and refolded a ton of times, and it's very tattered around the edges, and there's like notes scrawled all over it. She pulls it out and she's trying to like figure out how they're going to go, and like the waterways are like clearly the most prominent part of this map, and then the forest is much less detailed. Which was, what did you want to try to?
I'm tempted to give you disadvantage on it, but I'm not going to. 14.
Ooh,
okay.
14.
Good. Yeah, you kind of point in a direction and you say half a day. And you're fairly sure that if you get half a day out of this, you'll be out of this forest. As you kind of all pick up your stuff, the map gets folded again. It's almost like it's like really thin now, isn't it?
Yeah. I described my dead father's map in great detail, and Joe's like, disadvantage.
It's just what you said, the forest bits are just sort of there, and I was like... Okay, yeah, so you kind of start making your way through. I'm going to keep going through here, if that's okay, till we get through to the next point. You walk for half a day, and Clove, it dawns on you that you're not out of the forest yet. But the forest is different. You decide to have a look, and you see it looks more like thorns now. Straight line of thorns blocking you in. It's your force on a particular pathway. As a druid, you could see that these are not naturally growing. That these have been placed in your pathway. As you look down at your feet and you feel the solid ground of a well-trodden road. But around you is forest and thorns. You look out ahead of you and you see the two turrets or towers of the North Bridge ahead of you. But it looks a little bit like Dorothy walking along with the Tin Man and everybody. But you walk down the road as you become closer and closer towards North Bridge. And you come out onto the bridge itself. And you see... You see standing across the other side of the bridge is Grim. As he stands, his hands forward, it's very clear that he is creating these thorns that has been going for miles from this bridge. You see the two big gates as you push through the gates onto the bridge. And Grim stands in front of you. The old druid. He looks you square in the eyes across from the ways. And he says to you, Clove, "Sailor, hand over the child, and you can go back to your fishing ways." A simple proposition.
Can't do that. I think we can't do that.
You've seen my power, sailor. I drew you here. I directed you here. And I can take the child by force, if I need to.
Yeah, I think you do.
As you suddenly hear the gate behind you close. I think I can formally say, Speaker Montgomery, that you are excommunicated. As you turn around, you see Speaker Kane behind you. Hand over the child. All shall be forgotten. All shall be forgiven.
I think excommunication sounds better to me. Back off.
Do not speak to me like that. You are nothing, Montgomery. He's turned this. Oh, sorry.
Carry on.
And as you hear that, you just hear this boom as a huge crack suddenly appears in the bridge itself, as vines begin to sort of start to move their way through. And you just hear Grim say, "So be it then. Force. It is." And let's roll some initiative then, please.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like him.
Oh, good job I've got that advantage. Oh, good.
Perfect. Okay, let's put Key Speaker Kane in. Sorry, everybody. It takes a bit of time.
It's okay.
Yes, it's your first battle with the bottle. There we go. Perfect. Let's change the music. Great. Alrighty then. So. Oh, Nora will go first, actually. I will put you ahead of the druid.
Yes.
Okay. Players go first. That is the rule. Okay, so as you hear that kaboom, Nora, you decide to take the advantage.
Okay. Well, what are these?
What?
I mean, I know that they're like columns, but
Oh, yes. You see around
like size.
Yeah, they're about, I would say, 6 to 7 foot tall. They seem very imperial, like almost like imperial statues.
Mm-hmm.
Stone.
Thickness wise, what are we working with?
Oh, they look as if they probably weigh about half a ton to a ton.
Oh, goodness me. Okay. I think... Ooh. I think I'm going to grab Chuna and get gone over up here, like away.
Okay, cool. So you got to stand over there. Are you hiding or?
Yes, I would like to hide as best as I can.
Okay. Might need to just do some checks on this, but let's do a quick stealth check on that then, please.
Oh my god. Nora.
Nora. No,
you sloppy girl.
You are not hidden, I'm afraid.
No, of course not.
But that was your bonus action, so you still have an action.
I'm going to climb. I'm going to try and get to the top of one of these.
Okay, so you kind of climb up. It doesn't not too difficult to climb up, but we'll take your action. I don't think Chuna can get up. I don't think on this one, but you do climb to the top. Is that your action?
Okay, cool. Yeah, for now.
Yeah, for now. Great. Okay, so then we move on to Grim. So Grim actually turns his attention over towards the columns that you're on.
Great, cool.
And he brings his hands together like this. I'm going bang, and as his hand goes forward, you see this kind of life force go across and land onto the statue that you're stood on. There we go. As you're stood on the sort of holding on the top of the head turns as you're on top of it.
Oh no!
So I'm going to ask you to do a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
22.
22.
And you manage not to fall into the water, but instead you kind of drop down to the ground.
Yep.
As this gargoyle appears in front of you. So I'm just going to quickly put them into the turn order.
Yay.
And that is his action. His bonus action as he takes his staff and casts Shillelagh upon it. Okay. And I think he's going to move back slightly just towards the back of the gate. Okay, Loretta.
Dick. Right.
Have I literally just taken you out of range?
Is Kane behind us? Are they behind the gates?
No, they're inside the gates with you. So
Okay, cool.
imagine that those are closed.
Yeah, okay. So I look towards Krim. It's like, right, it's your mate then. And I run towards Kane, and I am going to attack the crap out of him. So, it's been a while, so I need to do a rapier attack. So, 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yes. 6 piercing damage.
Yes.
And I do get 2 attacks, 5th level, wicked. So, and for the second one, so going with that, make purchase, and then second attack, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
This is why you roll badly all the way through up until now.
Yeah.
10 piercing damage.
Great. So that's kind of like we see you kind of run forward as the priest of like just sees you coming. It doesn't look like they are scared of battle in any way.
Mm-hmm.
But you come in and you just like slice and slice across and a quick action across their body. Okay.
Nice.
Anything else
How
you
are they
want
looking?
Oh, they look fine. They look fine.
Oh, damn it.
Absolutely fine.
I'll hold on to my I'll hold on to the action surge for the moment. Bonus, can I do a I've attacked with that. Do I have my No, I've got my shield up, so no, I can't do anything with bonus. Cool.
Okay. Alrighty, so then we go through to Illustrious Montgomery.
Illustrious looks over in the direction of the speaker, and around his neck he's got the symbol of his god and also the symbol of being a speaker, and he just rips it off and throws it into the air. As it throws into the air, it shatters into several pieces and causes a larger dome, larger than the hut, to appear as a beacon of twilight, appears in a 30-foot radius around Illustrious and everyone else. I'm using my channel divinity Twilight Sanctuary. Mm-hmm. So that means anyone, including myself, who finishes their turn inside that sphere gets 1d6 plus 5 temporary hit points every turn. Or I can remove some conditions, but I guess hit points are going to be useful right now. Cool. It's just a big old layer of protection. And then for my bonus action, thank you for the aura, Joe. For my bonus action, I would like to cast Spiritual Weapon. So a nice big all-seeing eye appears here behind our friend, the speaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just bringing it up now.
Yeah, no problem. Daz. Nice to see you, Daz, and thanks for the gift sub.
There we go.
That's to me. Thanks, mate.
There he goes up behind speaker.
Amazing. So that gives me advantage, but not Loretta, right? So Loretta.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so 24 to hit.
No, yes, 24, yep.
For 6 damage.
Great. Oh, good. And that's what you've done.
And
Unless you
then
want to move.
for my movement, I'm just going to come over to here to get near to Chuna.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take 9 temporary hit points.
Great. Alrighty, and then we're over to Clove.
Cool. Can you show that aura so that we can see it?
Oh, you should all see it.
Oh,
That's interesting. I've never
maybe I
seen
need
it
to
before.
refresh.
Just yeah.
Okay, let me have a look at something. See why that doesn't work.
Massive.
I think you have to hit, there's like a show button that you have to
Is that it?
click with the aura. Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
you
there
see
it
it
is.
now?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I know how far I can move. Okay. Clove is gonna move more just to like space herself out from everybody and try to get an angle. And Joe, let me know if there's a way that I could tidal wave to hit this gargoyle without hitting Nora. I'm trying to think like that. Can that angle if I've like moved now?
Okay, so tidal wave is a cone, right?
No, it's a 30 feet long line. Yeah.
Is it
Here, I
5
will
feet
pop
wide?
It is 10 feet wide, but I'm thinking it's going to come from behind them, basically. I will pop it in the chat.
10 feet wide. Yeah, I'd say that you can hit them without hitting Loretta.
Okay, great. So Clove is going to like pull out her staff and like brush it. She kind of swing it to the side, and as she does, this like water comes up from beneath the bridge, and this wave like starting at Grim and then moving towards the gargoyle as it goes kind of back into the water. And I need dex saves from both of them.
Okay, I would say that you could probably get it in a line from the water, hitting the gargoyle first and then Grim.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think going around and coming back, I think is a very strange one. Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you're trying to do, but that's the way I'm going to say that. Okay, so deduct from the gargoyle. What's the target?
It is DC 14.
Okay, so the gargoyle saves, and then the Grim. Oh, fails. Very nice. Taking 22 force down, 22
and
bludgeoning
knocked
damage.
prone.
Yes.
The gargoyle takes half and not prone. So.
Yeah, so that half of that would be 11. Lovely. Very nice. I'll just mark that as prone. There we go. Good. Anything else for your bonus?
She is also going to cast Shillelagh as her bonus action, as her staff kind of just glows quickly.
Perfect. All right.
That's her turn.
So we go on to Speaker Kane. Okay, so Speaker Kane's turn. He casts Spiritual Weapon.
Don't forget your D6, Melissa.
I was about to ask you how much it is.
D6 plus 5.
Okay, do I roll that or do you roll the D6?
Go for it.
Okay.
Sorry, Joe.
No, it's all cool.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So he casts, as a bonus, he casts a Spiritual Weapon, which is a big black bottle that appears next to, is it Illustrious or should I do Loretta? No, it's going to be Illustrious. He really hates you. And so that's going to attack first. So let's do that one first. 24 to hit, which it does.
That hits.
For 5 force damage.
Cool.
Then as a main action, See what else I can do, actually. Yeah, he's going to command... Oh, can I do that?
2 spells.
No. He's going to command the Grim to attack you as well as his action. Okay. Oh, no. So he is going to... Oh, sorry. Everything's going up and down rather than the way I wanted to go. Ah! Too big. There we go. Right. So he's going to just throw over... Yes, dude, that's far enough away, I think. Oh, too far away. Okay. He's going to fire over a produce flame at you then instead.
For me?
You 13. So that misses?
Does not hit, yeah.
Yeah, so that misses across. And then I'm going to take... What was it? 1d6? Plus how many?
Is it everyone?
It says creatures.
Oh. Oh.
Plus 5, was it?
Oh, I can grant them the one of the benefits.
There we go. Okay. So he doesn't take that one.
I'm not gonna.
No, he's not gonna. Great. Just make
Speak
sure
Arcane.
there's nothing else he gets, because he gets quite a lot of stuff. So that's Grim.
I've been so frustrated with that.
No, all good at the moment. So that's what they're going to do. Great. Okay, and then we're through to the Gargoyle. Gargoyle is going to attack Loretta, I think. So it comes in with 2 attacks, 1 bite and 1 of its claws. So the bite comes in first. Oh, 9 and misses. Claws come through.
Oh, yes. No.
14. Does that hit?
Nope.
Sorry, I mean, Nora, my
me?
apologies. Yeah.
Oh.
My AC is 14.
Okay, so it meets, it hits. Okay. So it hits for 5 slashing damage as these like stony claws like come and like slash across you. But you have an opportunity to respond now.
Yeah, I'm going to just double dagger it, baby. Just gonna try and stab some stone. That makes sense. Games. Okay, first one, 18.
18 hits.
Cool.
For 5.
Yeah, I'll go with a 2Z. 21.
Oh, you get 2 attacks. Oh, you're
I'm
doing
going
a
to
bonus.
do double,
and...
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Great. 21 hits.
Another 5.
Great. So it goes down by 10. Perfect. Lovely. As you kind of like cling, cling, as you kind of stag into this stone creature. After you do so, the cracks in the ground begin to form much larger as just now these like jutting pieces of stone begin to kind of like crumble around the bridge itself. I forgot what the word bridge was. As you start to create these areas of difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to start drawing them in there. There.
Ooh.
And there. As you see these huge kind of like jutting boulders and split bits of stone and stuff begin to kind of happen. As we come round to the druid. Is there anything else you want to do?
Cool.
Oh, do you want to get your temporary hit points?
Yeah, get my hit points.
Is it temporary hit points or just
D-
normal hit points?
Yeah,
Temporary
temps.
hit points, so they don't
Cool.
stack.
They don't stack, yeah.
Cool. D6.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
See.
Plus
5.
5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
11.
Perfect. Great. So suddenly the Grim... Oh, just put a red dot on him. Never mind. Grim turns and looks at you, Clove, and just begins to howl into the sky. as he casts Conjure Animals. As he conjures.
I didn't take this spell because I didn't want to do that to you.
Always the way. As he gets himself, once it loads, my apologies. Come on, you could do it. We know you could do it. It's annoying, you know. As he casts to get himself a big old direwolf, sort of appears in the center of the bridge, and I think that's all that he's going to do today. He just keeps smiling at you and howling, Clove. As he goes through to Loretta's turn, I'm just going to put the direwolf in to the order. Oh, bad roll. Okay.
Yes.
So direwolf is going to go in after the war chaplain. There we go. Great. So, Loretta.
Okay, cheeky question. Does the spiritual weapon, is that flanking?
It does not. I'm
Or is
afraid.
that not allowed?
No, it
Cool,
allows
no worries.
for the...
Okay.
The spiritual weapon gets advantage because you're there, but you don't get the advantage because the spiritual weapon's there.
Yeah, it's all spectral, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, let's go in for the old standard 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
7 piercing damage.
Very nice.
Second attack, 24 to hit.
Oh, my word. Yeah, that hits.
Another 7.
Mhm.
And do I want to do it? No, just stay there, hold him here, keep him annoyed.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the
Lovely. All right, Illustrious.
Lovely. Oh, D6.
Ah, yes, of course. Your temporary hit points.
3 plus 1, 8.
Okay, so we've got a conjurer on the field that's just made them public enemy number 1. Central part of this dome fuses up into a column, goes up into the ground, slams down at Grim as Illustrious casts Moonbeam at 3rd level, right over the top of them.
Cool. What do you need?
I need... What
Is it
do
on-
I need?
So I can't remember if it's on their turn, isn't it? Or something like that.
It's start of their turn, yeah. It's a con save.
Oh yeah, when it starts its turn.
Yeah, great. Perfect. So let's put a little mark on that so that we know that the moonbeam's on.
Gonna have all the things. It's like the simplest bridge map, and it's gonna be so busy by the end.
Okay, so that was your action.
That was my action, and for my bonus, I will give the speaker another whack with my spiritual weapon with advantage, and it's a crit.
Very nice. There we go.
Drink.
Craig was drank.
Drink. Okay, what do we get?
We get 9 force damage.
So it's a slam as the gods sort of start to turn upon Speaker Kane. As this beam of like light kind of just pours out of the eye straight into the back of Speaker Kane. Really lovely. Anything else you want to do, Montgomery?
No, I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna take my little... Oh, I'll take that.
Okay.
So that means I get rid of my old temporary hit points and replace them with the new ones, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Copy that.
All right, Clove. You're sort of standing on like dodgy rocks at the moment.
Yeah. I think Clove is gonna look at Illustrious and be like, yeah, good move. As she storm clouds start to build over top of Grim, as she calls lightning over top of him as well.
Really nice. Okay. What do you need?
So it is a DC 14 dex save.
Dex save, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've been pressing the wrong button. Let me do that again. My apologies.
Oh,
21.
Oh, damn it.
All right, so he takes
Okay.
Does he take half? It doesn't look like it.
It
Yeah, half as
doesn't
much on a
half
successful.
as much on a successful one. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So he takes 11. Comes down upon the Grim. And for your bonus?
That is it. I think she's just gonna take one. Like she's gonna move back, just so that the wolf has to like move through the difficult terrain if it tries to come and get her. And what was the the call lightning stays there, and I don't know if he has to roll a con save for his conjure dire wolf.
Oh, it might be. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's do that. So half of that would be 5 or 10, so it'd be 10. Yeah, he's fine. He's still got hold of it. Okay. So you're concentrating. Illustrious is concentrating as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm just going to mark it. I'm
Cool.
going to make sure I remember to mark things because I forget it a lot. There we go. Oh, that's prone. Sorry. I was thinking about prone. There we go. Great. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. War Chaplain. Okay. So I think the War Chaplain. I keep saying War Chaplain. It's Speaker Kane. Speaker Kane, I think, is. Yeah, I think it's gonna. Fantastic. Just check something.
Say that.
Okay, so he's going to cast Spirit Guardians on himself. Okay, so can I get wisdom saves from Loretta, please?
Oh, great.
Oh, it'd be disadvantage as well, please.
Can I add my d6
That
from
was for
the
the.
knighthood?
That was from yesterday.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, no worries then.
Okay, my apologies there. So you're going to take 10.
Cool.
And let me just check there's nothing else on this. Yeah, you can take necrotic, I think. Yeah, because, he's evil. Great. Okay.
Okay, that eats my hit points then, and I'm on to 40 now. Yeah.
Okay, and then there's a bonus. I think he's going to command the direwolf to come after to here. Jumps over all of the stuff, and it's going to go for a bite on Clove. See what happens. 21.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, 7 piercing damage, and could you do a strength saving throw as well, please?
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
I don't know why it rolled twice, but the first one's a 7.
Yeah, so
Oh.
you are knocked prone, and then can I get a con save as well, please?
Yep.
Fine. So the lightning's still going, but you are now prone.
Okay.
All right. There we go. I think that's everything the War Chaplain's going to do today. Okay, now it's the direwolf, and it's going to go for another attack on you. This time with advantage. Okay.
Yep.
21. Yeah. Oh, 11 piercing.
Ooh.
Okay.
And you're already not prone, so we won't do the strength save.
Okay. Another con save though, right?
Yes, another con save. Fine.
18.
Oh, good. Lovely. Okay, Gargoyle is going to it's going to attack you, Nora. I'll make sure I get this right this time. And it comes in for a bite and a claw.
First one, no. Second one, yes.
Okay, so it comes in with the claws, scratch across you for 7 slashing damage.
Ow, this guy.
As the ground begins to shake once more, we begin to see more larger areas beginning to become more difficult. Structurally, this is looking fairly dangerous at the moment. Nora, you now have a chance to respond.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna. That will have looked quite nasty to a small child, so she's gonna turn and say to Chuna, "It's okay. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. It's what keeps us alive." And she's going to do a dual wield dagger again on this gargoyle and just try and look like she's got any control over this situation.
Yeah, 24 hits.
24. She'll do the other one. 6.
Oh, it's a crit. It's a crit.
Yeah.
Well done. Let's have a drink on that.
Nice. So
For 10.
14 altogether.
Lovely. Okay, this gargoyle is starting to look like he's cracking in many places.
Yay!
He's starting to get there. Anything else you'd like to do while you're here?
No, she just like gives Chuna a wink.
Great. Okay, as we move over to Grim. Now, Grim needs to do some lots of different things right now. Am I right?
I think it's just the con save, but yeah.
Because we've got the con save for the moon.
Yep.
Let me just find his character sheet. No, that's Speaker Kane. There we are, Grim. Okay, so we do a Constitution saving throw. 13
Oh, he fails.
He fails and takes.
Let's see.
11, 12.
12.
It takes 12, and I need to do a con save. So let's do another con save to see the concentration. 17 is still going, I'm afraid. Anything on the lightning, or is that you just keep... Is there nothing on the lightning?
It happens on my turn, not his turn, so...
Okay, great. Okay, so he's going to firstly step out of that moonbeam, I think. Let's get him to, like, here. Actually, he's going to come to... He actually is going to come to there. Alright, and now he is... going to... Sorry about this.
Look, you take your time, man. You're dealing with 700 things.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the one I wanted. Sorry, I have an idea and I should quickly read it. Yeah, I think he's going to do it. No, he's not going to do that. Alright, so he's just going to go for a big old... Sorry about this, guys. My head is just like thinking of many different things.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, he's going to try it. So he's going to try and dispel your magic, Clove. So,
Okay.
I need to do...
Does that interrupt his conjure animal concentration?
No, it's not concentration. So you choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of the 3rd level or lower on that target ends. For each level or 4th level or higher, the target makes an ability check. So your lightning stops.
Okay.
As far as I can see.
It's okay.
There isn't anything I'm missing on that, is it?
Nope.
No. Okay, so lightning stops. Then has nothing else it can do with a thingy. Nope, that's all they're going to do then, I think. And we move through to Loretta.
Cool. Oh, faithful, let's go in. 14 to hit.
misses.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go for second attack. Oh, 11.
Misses also.
So go in and like, I guess like lunges to one side and then like sort of going for another one, kind of just miss that. Just gonna turn to him and go, you know, if you keep attacking the wrong people, you're just gonna get stabbed and die here anyway. And try and kind of almost antagonize him a bit. Sod it. Let's action surge. Why not?
Yeah, Ryan, do it.
Okay, so 22 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
7 piercing damage. And let me just double check on action search to make sure that you can take 1 additional action on top of your regular action. So yeah, I'd get the 2 attacks with that. 26 to hit.
Yes.
Nice.
13 piercing damage.
Wow, comes down for 20. Very, very nice. Okay, anything else you got in there?
Nothing else, no.
Great. Okay.
Can I say at the end of your turn, Illustrious is sort of noticing that you're a bit flustered and still a bit frightened, and instead of awarding you temporary hit points, can remove your frightened condition.
Oh, that'd be boss for wisdom stuff.
That is something I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to put it back in the chat?
I'm wondering how you can change that in the middle of it. Quite typical end of one. You grant a temporary hit points to equal one of these benefits.
Mm-hmm. Says whenever a creature enters a sphere, or stays its sphere, I can grant them one of these benefits. Up to you.
Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, you grant it one of these benefits. Yeah, you can. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, so you get rid of the
I'll take either or.
Okay, so that was your turn.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we move through to Illustrious.
Illustrious isn't liking how mobile this person is, how mobile Grim is. However, someone who is very much pinned down is the speaker, so they are going to get moonbeamed in the face. So if you would kindly move my moonbeam over the top of Speaker Kane, please, Joe.
Yeah, how far? What's the distance? Do you need
I can move it. Oh, I can move it 60 feet. I presumed it wouldn't be a problem, but I shall measure. Oh, it's bang on.
It's bang on 60 feet. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I got 65.
Oh, 65. Okay, no problem. Then I'll throw it at the direwolf.
Okay. I'm trying to pick it up now.
Sorry.
I can't select it.
It is a 5-foot radius, if that means you can hit both of them, because that's what I was planning on doing on my turn.
Can I get over the 2 of them?
5-foot radius. That's still the same.
It's going to be on one square or the other, right?
In terms of squareage, yes, because we're using squareage.
Cool.
If we weren't using it, I'd probably allow it. Right, so you want it where?
Over the direwolf, please.
Okay. Oh, God, fuck. I can't get this right.
There you go. That'll do.
That'll do. We know it is.
That'll do. So that is my action. Bonus action. Spiritual weapon again. 20 to hit.
Yep.
For 7 more force damage.
Great. All right. Do to Clove.
Okay. Clove is going to stand up and cast... You let me know, because she's in melee range of this direwolf, if this is... It's like, she's not rolling anything, though, so she's going to cast Moonbeam down on Grim.
Yeah, that's
so...
fine.
Yeah, there's no like roll that she has to do, so it's not a disadvantage or anything. Great. So he'll do a con save at the start of his turn.
Great.
And that is all she is going to do.
Ooh, okay. Let me just put
She
this
doesn't
one
have a
back
ton
in.
of bonus action options.
Oh my word! Everything keeps going wrong here.
It's all right, man. Take your time.
Green. There we go. Okay.
You can have your hit points though, Clove.
Oh, thank you. Good reminder.
Hit points. Okay, so Speaker Kane is going to heal himself. Okay, so he's going to go with Cure Wounds at 3.
Ooh,
God, I wish I had counterspell.
same.
Okay, so take 19. Oh, I just minus 19 instead of plussing it. There we go.
That's all right.
Perfect. Great. So these up to there. And then his bonus action is going to command the direwolf to make another attack. Okay. I can find the direwolf.
You got this, Joe. We love you.
Bite. There we go. Oh, and it misses with a 10. Unfortunately. We're through. Oh, now it's the direwolf's turn. Does he want to move? Could move into there.
First, it has to take a con save, right? Yeah.
The direwolf? Yes, the direwolf does need to do a con save. I was just thinking if I wanted to move the...
That's a fail.
Yep, so it's a fail, so he takes how much on the moonbeam?
Hold, please. Oh, these are rubbish rolls. 13.
Right. Okay, so now it's the direwolf's turn. Trying to remember where I am now. Yes, that's direwolf's turn. So direwolf is now going to, after being smashed in the face by the moonbeam, comes in for a bite. Actually, take this with advantage. 20.
Yeah.
For 11. And
Okay.
then can I get a strength check as well?
18.
Great. You're still on your feet. And then can I get a con save?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
meets it beats. So you're fine. Very, very, very nice. Okay, Gargoyle is going to go for another attack, or double attack, on our good friend Nora. Bite and a claw. First one misses. No, and the second one misses.
Second one misses.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to move through to Gargoyle's done. Oh, okay. Now this is an important line. So I'm going to take away this difficult terrain.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not ominous at all.
That's
Yeah.
really good. I was getting
I-
worried about it, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a hole.
Oh, yeah.
Appears. Okay.
Turn that up.
As Chuna begins to fall, as the whole of this section drops down into the water. As you see, Chuna is about to fall. So we've got this round of them falling. Nora. Now your turn.
Well, I'd like to try and grab Chuna.
Yeah, sure. So let's do a dex save. Let's do, dex saving throw. Let's see if we do that way.
Save, yeah?
Yeah. I don't think that's enough. Personally, and I don't think the sound of your voice also, you don't think that's enough either.
No, I don't know. Not really. I imagine it was quite chunky.
So literally what happens is you see it begin to fall, you spin around to try and grab them. I think you might drop a dagger to do so. As you go and grab hold of them, you just feel that hand sort of just not grip as Chuna begins to continue their fall. Okay, do you have a bonus action you'd like to use here?
Yes. Yes, I do. Just having a little think about that for a second. I'll keep using words with my mouth while I have a think, though. So that's always important. I think oh God, I don't know. No, I don't have anything right now. Can I? I don't know what she would do. I think she would do something stupid. Okay, what she would like to do is, as a bonus action, she has fast hands now. So with that, she would like to try and make. It's not called a noose. It's called
a lasso.
A lasso. That's what she's going to do on this turn, and like try and just make something with something that can be held at either end, basically.
Okay, good. Okay.
Sorry about that. Got there in the end.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so we're through to Grim. Grim needs to do a con save. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit him with a con.
Oh,
he crits it. There's a beam of light kind of smacks down upon them as he takes 5 of the damage. And he's sort of bathed in light here as he comes through to do his next thing, which is a con save again. Okay, another con save.
oh,
He beats, right. And he is still conjuring animals. Okay, so what he's going to do... Well, these are all concentration.
The Blade of the Druid.
Yeah, he's going to come to here, so he's right in front of you, I think. And yeah, he's going to cast... Should he cast? See, he's just going to smack you, I think. With his quarterstaff, two-handed. 12 is not enough, I don't
12
think.
misses.
Yeah, as he swings across. And what you notice is that it's quite clear that he's more trying to distract you in some way, make you go off balance. That's what you kind of feel. As he kind of looks towards you and he just says, you do not belong, sailor. As he carries on through to Loretta's turn. So Loretta, yeah, you spin around, you hear that crash of it falling. As you turn, you just see Chuna just almost disappear through the hole in the bridge.
Loretta runs 15 feet away, provoking an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
And dives down towards Chuna. So do you want to deal with opportunity attack potentially?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to take it. Doesn't have to.
He misses.
Yes. Sweet. She's just going to run. She's going to dive. And how far down is Chuna in relation to the actual bridge?
So I think we've run like the same turn, so he's within 10 feet.
Okay.
He's within that range of 0 to 10 feet.
In that case, then, I'm going to hopefully dive over the additional 5 feet to this point.
Mm-hmm. Which you can do because you're
and
boots.
Then use the Battlemaster feature bait and switch and move positions with Chuna. And so Chuna is on the bridge and I'm falling.
Okay, give me 1 second on bait and switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would think of that as bait and switches that you grab and you turn and you're in a different place. Creature that's within 5 feet of you can expend spells or desired places. 5 feet of movement from the creature's willing and isn't incapacitated. Movement opportunity attacks. It fits within rules. But like
Yeah, like almost like volleyballing up the child.
I'll allow it. So you're falling.
Something I didn't mention, that in order to be able to like sort of do that, I dropped my rapier by them down here, so I had like free hands. So I've just just dropped it, run, done that, switched. So yeah, I'm now falling, but I would much rather that than the kid. So that's my bonus action. So with an action, now this might be ridiculous. Can I reach? Because I dropped my rapier, free action. Can I grab my hammer and just try and launch it into the side of this bridge and try to just stop myself from falling? It's a ridiculous ask, I know.
You can give it a go. I'll be asking for a strength check, please.
Okay. Good thing I'm a dex-based fighter.
Oh god. Oh no.
You land onto something, but it literally gives away straight away, and you just keep falling.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hammer.
I'm going to now say that you are now 10
that's my
foot
10 down.
down. Yeah. You're now off to 10 foot as you're falling, as we're getting in through this round. All right, Illustrious, you're stood by the edge.
How far's the drop?
20 feet.
20 feet into the water?
Mm-hmm.
And how fast is the water going?
Oh, you know it's going fast. You know it's going very fast, because you've been told that by Clove earlier today. Apologies, we are overrunning here, and I'm very, very sorry that we're overrunning.
Overtime.
But we will try. We will be wrapped up very soon, I promise.
Even if I wanted
Never apologise for good D&D.
Yeah, more D&D. Even if I wanted to do the thing that I wanted to do, it wouldn't help you that much. So I'm gonna stay the course and keep going. I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at what's their name? Speaker Kane.
Speaker Kane. Okay.
Yeah. 23 to hit.
23 hits.
I should have said beforehand I was going to do it at second level. Would you like me to do it at first?
No, it's fine.
Okay. For 19 damage.
Very, very nice.
And now they have a glow over them, which means the next attack with them is with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will happily take with my spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19 hits.
For 7.
Lovely. All right. You're done?
Yeah.
Okay. Clove.
Yeah, she really hates Grim.
I'm not surprised.
So she is going to, as her action, move the moonbeam. No. She's going to cast Poison Spray on him.
Great.
So I need a con save, DC 14.
Oh, wrong one again. Sorry. Ignore that one. It's this one. Oh, 8. Terrible roll from Grim.
Finally. Okay. So he takes 16 poison damage.
Very nice. Okay, 16 poison damage. He does his con. Save again. Let's see if he keeps hold of the creature. Oh, he
Wow.
definitely keeps hold of the creature. Okay, so that was your action. Bonus actions.
Yeah. Nora, how's Nora looking?
Not too bad. Yeah, no, don't worry. Fine.
Okay. I probably can't see Loretta, can I? If she's 10 feet down.
Yeah, you can't see them.
Oh.
They've gone.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. She is going to cast Healing Word on herself.
Okay.
That's her bonus action. And she'll take the temp HP too.
Yep. Great.
It's my turn.
That's a good amount of healing actually for what you need. Just to get you up. Okay. Through to Speaker Kane. Speaker Kane is going to move, take an opportunity attack from the spiritual weapon. She's going to come to here. 15 does not hit. And it comes through to Illustrious. I'm going to need you to do a save on your turn. You must remember that. Save on your turn. And he's going to go in for an attack, I think, on Illustrious. What's he going to use? Let me think. Really terrible for thinking, aren't I?
You're all good, man. It's like you've got a million things to think about.
Okay, so he's going to go in for 2 attacks, I reckon. Yeah, he does do 2 attacks. Great. With his mace. What's it
Mates,
actually?
how low can you go?
There we go. Ooh. So my roll 20 is being a bit difficult today.
They're all
See.
good.
Comes in for the advantage. 1,
Oh, crit save.
2, 16.
16 misses.
Okay, so the crit comes in. It's a terrible crit for 9.
Okay.
And it's going to attack with the spiritual weapon as well, which doesn't get advantage. Or is it the other way around? Does get advantage.
Does get advantage.
Does get advantage. Doesn't get advantage. Where am I? I'm on the wrong character sheet. God.
So is that Speaker Kane didn't get advantage?
Speaker did not get advantage, so he did not hit you for 9.
Okay.
Okay. So spiritual weapon comes in.
Crit save,
With
you watch.
advantage.
17 misses.
And does not hit.
Oh, yes.
However, I need you to do now. Let's do that roll because I'm going to forget otherwise.
Would you like something from me?
Yeah, just reading through.
Okay.
Great, it's going to be on your turn. On your turn.
Okay.
Great, so on through to the direwolf. Direwolf is going to attack
Can I save first?
from...
Moonbeam.
Okay. Oh, you didn't take any damage then, did you?
No, I did a con save just in case, but I retconned it because of the misses.
Okay. Con...
Oh, fails.
Fails, so takes... How much was it before?
Are you re-go, right? Re-up?
15.
15.
Great. And it's going to go in for the attacks on Clove. Right. Oh, misses.
Yep.
Okay, and we're through to the gargoyle. Okay. Gargoyle's going to move to here. And it's going to go to grab Shuna. So
Yeah.
it's going to do a strength. Let's have a look. What have I got strength wise? That's just that one. Nine. Now let me roll up Chuna's. I don't think it's going to have a particularly strong strength check on this. Oh, you never know. Could be it.
Maybe he's wily.
Oh, he rolls a 9. They're the same. So, oh.
So much drama.
So I'm gonna say they grab hold. They like. There's sort of a moment where they're scuffling. Let's do that. They're scuffling. As the gargoyle is trying to grab hold of Chuna as their action. As there's a beginning of a shake in the ground.
Oh.
As more of this bridge begins to fall. Not over there.
Night, Daz.
Okay. So now Illustrious and Speaker Kane begin to fall.
Oh. No, I just went, oh, I was talking to Daz and didn't see there was a big hole appeared.
So Speaker Kane, like, kind of like, almost as you begin to fall, he looks you dead in the eyes. It says, I can't remember his voice now. I have made my peace with my true god. As he sort of like begins to fall with you down into the water as your fall begins. Nora.
Nora has fashioned her, like, I don't even know what you would call it, like climbing rope. Would you like me to see how well that went? Do you want me to roll something?
No, I'm good with you. If you've got a fast hands as your... Oh,
Yeah.
but we should do the knot. Yeah, let's do the knot. So let's do sleight of hand for the knots. That's usually how we do it, isn't it?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
18.
18.
Yes. Good knot. It's a good knot.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm going to just fling that. I want to try and get it... Oh, this bit of bridge has fallen apart, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, she's going to rip her arms out. She's going to, like, have with her back against what's left of this statue. She's like flings the rope down to Loretta to see if Loretta grabs it. And yeah, do you want to do that now?
So I imagine it like you throwing it like a lasso, yeah? So you're trying to grab hold of something. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Well, it would be Loretta, yeah, trying to.
Oh, wait. Hang on.
Like, I don't know that she's got the wrangling skills to actually make a full lasso, but just like a loop that Loretta could hopefully grab onto on their way down.
Let's do it as... Oh, okay, so you don't need anything then. You're just dropping a rope, essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to do any roll. You just drop the rope down.
Okay, and we'll just see how that
See what
goes.
happens. But you both with your hands are now holding onto the rope.
Yep, that's fine. With my back, as I'm doing this, with my back against the statue, I would like to just kick the gargoyle and like try and loosen its grip.
All right,
what do you
let's do
reckon?
that. Yeah, let's do that.
Yay!
I will allow it.
Thank you. You're a kind and benevolent DM.
I'm not. Okay, so let's do the roll. So this would be a unarmed strike. So it's I don't remember how these are done. Is it just strength check? Is it just a strength roll for if you're not a monk and it's unarmed?
Yeah, I don't have an unarmed strike on my attack thing, so I think she's literally just going to try and kick it. See
It
what
just
happens.
is your strength modifier, right?
Yeah, strength
Yeah.
or dex. I guess it depends on.
So this would be just strength. So yeah, just a strength roll.
Kai. Oh, and it's not going to be great, but she's trying.
Oh, 17.
Yeah, the fury of a
Yeah,
friend.
it hits. But it's going to hit
Yay!
for, I think it's for 2. Is that right? I think it is 2. It's
Yeah,
1, 2.
it was more just trying to shift him off of Chuna a bit.
Okay, so you want to try and push him.
Yeah, kind of, or kick his hand off, whatever needs to be done.
All right, I'm going to take this instead of the damage. I'm going to take it the disadvantage on grabbing hold of Chuna in the next round, on the next turn.
Nice.
Yeah, should we do that
Cool.
way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay, so that's you done. The druid is going to disengage. And it's going to use his action to open the gate. Unlocks the gate. and steps to this side. Then any bonuses? No, that's all he's going to do.
Get him, Melissa. Get him. I see your ruler.
Okay, Loretta, you are now within the 10 and 20 mark. You can see the water falling down, but you see a rope that is standing. It's like hanging in front of you.
I'm up to like grab it, and then objective action to grab my rope.
Can I add in a little extra?
Yeah.
So your hand kind of like, you see the rope hanging down there as you see the chunks of rock that are falling down towards you also. So it's becoming a lot more stressful situation than just the rope. Okay.
So I grab that rope, but I also see illustrious falling as well.
Yep.
Oh, this is so bad. Can I object interaction to grab my rope then and throw that to illustrious as well as my action?
Yeah. So you're throwing up 10 foot. He's falling. You've got 10 foot of rope and you're holding on to a piece of rope. This is 10 foot. You're just going to hit the ground before your rope works.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I mean, if he's got a rope dangling, maybe I could grab from under.
I mean, if you want to do it, I mean, the idea, maybe this is about you trying to get him to grab onto it so you can then start pulling.
But literally just throwing it out rather than like to grab him and to kind of keep him from falling. It's more like, so we're all tethered. So because I'm aware that the water's really fast and rushing, so I don't want illustrious to be like 100 feet down in like a couple of rounds or something. Perfect. So it's just more to make sure that we're all tethered.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so let's do a ranged attack on that then.
Ooh, okay.
I think, or should we do a dex from Montgomery?
So I'm dex based anyway, so
now I'm wondering if Montgomery's got catch it or if you could throw it at them. Let's have you throwing them at them, so let's do a ranged attack of any kind. I don't mind, whichever.
Okay, so that'd be dex. I guess I'm not proficient with chucking rope, so if I just do a dex 11.
Okay, and then let's do a dex save from, actually no, let's do an acrobatics, no, death save, dex save from illustrious.
Yes,
from
Joe,
illustrious,
get him.
to see if he can grab hold of it. To see if he'll grab hold of that. No.
8.
And the rope misses completely, just under the feet of illustrious, unfortunately. Okay, but you got to go grab this rope. Is that the other part you wanted to do?
Just holding on to it, and then is it an action to climb, or is it just movement?
You don't have a climbing speed, do you?
No.
I mean, did you catch it yet? Did it work?
Oh yeah, so we haven't actually done the catching.
So I do a dex save.
Let's do a dex save. Let's do a dex save.
21.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get hold of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you're able to get hold of it on this go, because essentially you've got to grab something, you've chucked something, and you're sort of like hanging in midair, so you're no longer falling.
Yeah, my last turn was quite a bit as well, so yeah, it's more than generous.
Okay then, illustrious. Can I get a roll from you first?
Yeah.
Can I get a wisdom save, please?
18.
18, so you're going to take half of this.
Okay.
So you take 11.
Ooh. Okay. And then I'll do a con save. 11. So that's my moonbeam still up.
Yeah, you're still going, and you're currently falling.
So where am I? Am I at the 0 to 10, the 10 to 20?
You're in the 0 to 10, but the ground is literally gone beneath you.
Yeah, there's nothing to hold on to. The rope has missed.
Yeah,
I am going to fall. If I'm at the 0 to 10, being 7 foot tall, can I still see Chuna in this turn?
I'm going to say no to that because you're actually at the end of this, towards the end of this turn order. So I'm going to say no, you can't.
Understood. Can I see anyone?
Speak Arcane. And you can see Loretta. You can see, Loretta. Can't see Chuna.
So, whilst this is really silly, but fuck it. As we're sort of falling, I would like to try and like use both of my feet to sort of push myself off Speaker Cane in a hope that it will send me just a few feet in the direction of Loretta so I can actually get with my arm. What we thinking?
Guys are really asking a lot of me today.
I've got another plan if not. I've got another idea if not.
Hey, let's go for the other. What's the other plan that you're thinking?
The other plan is I'm just gonna ruin Speaker Cane on the way down.
All right. Well, let's try your turn. Let's try pushing him away. I have a number in my mind. It needs to be a strength. It needs to be an athletics check.
Okay.
It's a high number to do what you want to do.
Yeah, fair. I don't think 4 is going to do that.
No, it's not. I'm going to say you push yourself 5 feet lower.
Okay. Was that my action?
With Speaker Cane. That's your action, yes.
That was my action. Cool. Oh, I don't know if there's much more I can do in that case. I should have just gone out in the blaze of glory. These are all things. Would you permit me an object interaction to try and get some of my armor off? I know it's not I'm not going to be able to do it in a turn, but
you could try. An armor takes like 10 minutes to undo.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna fall anyway. I'm gonna recast my spiritual weapon behind Speaker Cane and hit it in the back of the head. Because I'm guessing that one there isn't going to be close enough. I'm guessing.
How far can you move? Is it 15 feet?
It's 20.
It. Yeah, you're going to recast it. You're not going to be able to put it behind. Because that's the wall of the thing. So we're going to have to go there or there.
Okay. Even if we're below, it's fallen through.
Yeah, because this is actually the side of the... This is like the rock wall of the river. Do you see it?
I do, yeah. Yeah. I see, yeah.
So there, it can either be there or there, or there, or there.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I will cast it next to me. A nice little symbol of Helm to hopefully guide me on whatever path next comes for Illustrious. 13, it's not going to do anything.
No, it doesn't do anything, I'm afraid.
That's all right.
Okay, Clove. I saw you measuring up. So,
yeah.
Let's see what spell you're going to do.
Yeah, because he is 35 feet away, very annoyingly. But I think that actually works better. I think Clove has been fixated on Grim this entire time, and he gets away, and she sees Illustrious falling, and she's kind of torn by these things that are happening. So she is going to use her bonus action to Misty Step so that the wolf doesn't get an attack of opportunity. And then she is going to use her action to wild shape into a crocodile.
Nice.
And drop into the water. And it's large, so I'm hoping that that this will be what Illustrious can grab onto as he's falling into the water.
Okay, cool. You can do crocs, can't you? Because it's the swim speed stuff.
Yeah, so I was double checking all of this. So a crocodile's challenge rating is a half, and she can do swim speed stuff because she's level 5 now.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
and it can hold its breath for 15 minutes if like the plate armor is like weighing them down. So that was. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get it into the game and it's not loading. Let's try that again. So yeah, so I think you Misty Step into the water then, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. That's perfect.
Yeah, I think my aim is basically to like Misty Step like downward, and so that she can wild shape in time to like direct herself. I'm assuming like the water is rushing, and so that combined with her swim speed, I'm hoping will like help her get to Illustrious.
You'll get them. Do you want them at Illustrious or do you want them a little further up?
I think the point is to get to Illustrious so that he can grab on, and I'm assuming that she's going to have more control in the water than he will. Like he's going to be brushed by the current. So, yeah. However you think that works best for her to coordinate that.
Yep. You said it's large creature. I don't know why mine come out as a small creature, as a medium creature.
Yeah, because I did look, because there were other water options, but I chose the large one kind of on purpose for that.
Let's just do that. That's fine. All right. Yeah, so I think if you wanted to go here, that's fine.
Okay.
Like, literally, you're underneath it all. Just as a warning.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah? Do you understand what I mean by that? You're underneath all of the rocks that are about to fall down, or we can put you up here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sure. I'll go right in front and try to allow so that he can grab me on the way down. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just that was what I was thinking about, was like, you want to go to him, and then you might be in trouble if you go ahead, because the rushing water is so fast that I think you can get to there, no problem. Okay. Anything else? That's it?
No, that's everything.
Okay, War Chaplain. Right. Yeah, I think... Can I bless myself?
I think you can.
3 creatures within choice of within range. I don't think you can.
You're a creature within range.
Okay. They might bless themselves then. Yeah, so they're going to bless themselves, and then they're going to do nothing, actually, I think. And just sort of continue the prayer. I'm going to move the spiritual... there you go, that's what I'm going to do as a bonus. Is move the spiritual weapon down, because it's literally going downwards, and it's going to attack Illustrious then. Okay, and this one's with advantage.
Just falling in attack. Oh, here come your crocodiles.
Oh, here comes my crocodiles. Oh, and it hits with a crit as well.
Oh.
We're just falling, whacking each other with spiritual weapons.
I know. Okay, and it hits for 14.
14.
Right, let me get rid of that and see if it will just put in a crocodile normally. There we are. That's why it comes out large. Great. And I'm just going to give you the control over that creature. And 14. Yep. So you're fine. Your moonbeam's still going, even though you can't see it. Fabulous. Right. Direwolf is going to go to... So I need to move you out of the way.
Can I have a little con save first?
Oh, yeah, sure. Con save. It rolls. There we go. Yeah! Yep, so it hits for...
18.
18. Perfect. What's that look like?
Ah, yes. I think the direwolf just sort of rears up to turn and then just howls up at the moon as it comes down and splits it in half.
Nice.
Straight through the jaws, straight open, and just shatters.
Perfect. Okay, so yes, we're through to the gargoyle, which means we're through to the next round. So we're gonna have to do some more holes in a second. Okay, so the gargoyle's going to go for the grab again. Of course, we've got disadvantage on this. So we go with the strength check with disadvantage against Chuna. I think it was -3 I did for it last time. 15. So let's have a look. Oof.
Oh,
He did
so
well.
close.
He fought well.
Yeah.
As this gargoyle just grabs hold of Chuna. And as he does, a huge bang is heard. As the ground beneath you, Nora, just gives way. As you
That's it.
see the gargoyle holding on to Chuna, and of course with the gargoyle's wings, it just stays in place. And begins to fly. And moves over here. As you're all now falling down, I'm going to actually, as we are now all of us falling into the water, and some of us are in the water, I might end the fight there.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, you just all see the water, the bridge is sort of falling down almost in slow motion. We can see under the water. We'll see it from the view of the crocodile. As we see through the water, as you see the slow motion movements of the bridge like falling down, all of you beginning to kind of trying to grab hold of things. A rope that Loretta is holding on to is being pulled up by Nora, but Nora is falling. And I think, Clove, what you see more importantly through all of this is the image of Chuna being pulled away by the gargoyle as the rocks begin to fall into the water itself and begin to move you all. As the darkness falls over your eyes, as the rocks begin to fall, as you land inside the water, unable to breathe, the child, your arcane ward, is disappearing from your grasp as we fade to black. Oh noes, guys.
Oh, noes.
I don't like them.
It's so bad.
God, you did so well. I think
You are the worst
they,
We're
babysitters.
so bad.
no, they were very difficult things to fight, and you did incredibly well. Ooh.
I do not. There are very few things in D&D that I've ever regretted more than using that second, third level spell slot, because I have water breathing and water walk, and I can't cast either of them.
Oh, no.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. Okay. Absolute madness. I had a great time. Usually
Oh,
we'd go
yeah.
through.
So much fun.
Usually we'd go through here and talk about our favourite moments, but we are overrunning, and I know that, Melissa, you got the whole day in front of you, and we've got like the evening and bedtime to go for on our side. So I will say thank you very, very much to all four of you for playing along today. I'm sorry we overran. Thank you to everybody at home. I hope that you enjoyed it. And join us on Monday for a very special episode of something. Dan, would you like to talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah. We left Morats on a little bit of a cliffhanger on Monday, and whilst we leave you on a little cliffhanger, we are going to go back to a nice big TPK. Shall I tell them? Shall I tell them who it's going to be, Joe?
Yeah, if you would like to, if you want to.
Yeah. We're going to go for the boss witch themselves. We're going for Baba Yaga.
Yeah, so that's going to be it. going to be huge amounts of fun. So very much looking forward to that. And of course, we will give you some more information if you check out on the old socials. And of course, you need to follow us if you need to know this information. To do follow us on all of our different socials or here as well. And of course, Melissa, you've got some games going on as well at the moment.
Yeah, I play D&D in space on the Dragonfly show over on twitch.tv/DMPhilly. And coming next week on Friday, the first episode of another very special show that I'm very excited about on with Philly. And then I also podcast over on the PSR Patreon on YA, where we talk about young adult fiction. So if you're in the Patreon over there, you can listen to those podcasts too.
Amazing. Stuart, you're playing lots and lots of things at the moment. Anything that we can keep our eyes open for?
Laying loads. I've got far too many campaigns. I've got one on Sunday that I've done no prep for, which is, it's giving me anxiety, which is tomorrow's problem. But other than that, I've been working on more sword and board stuff. So we, as I plugged before in TPK, we had an adventure called Dragonwing, which we've released. We've now relaunched our website, which is swordandboard.co.uk, where you can go and download lovely maps, which Ben Randall works on. And we're working on more, but they will come in the coming months.
Amazing. And also we'll hopefully be seeing a little bit more of Sword and Board's published stuff in the next few days or next few weeks, so that'll be really, really lovely for us to kind of have some stuff here. Rowan, what are you playing at the moment? Are you up to anything?
I've got three games on at the moment, D&D, but none of them are streamed. It's private stuff, guys. You know.
All right,
just for me.
Well, say go check out everything that we've got here. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys on a Monday for a bit of TPK action with the wonderful Dan Baba Yaga. So we'll see you next time. Big love. See you later.
Big love.
Love. Bye.